I mean, we're gonna hit like what, max 3 continents,
Ooh.
and I make myself really weak drinks. I genuinely, I'm a rum guy now. That's what I do. I like
Interesting.
rumpy pumpy
Interesting. That's a good choice, actually.
because I like tiki stuff. I'm not really necessarily a fan of the like tiki aesthetic, but it's like the
I
tiki
see.
drinks that are all like massive juices and stuff like that. It's like, hell yeah, I'm for
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, rum and juice. Really good
Unfortunately,
combination.
we start in London in 1872, so I need to finally try something with gin.
Oh, have you not had gin before?
I've had gin in plenty of cocktails. I've just never like
Sure.
tried any of my own gin. I've never made
Ah.
myself a gin cocktail. Like, I've made other people plenty.
Mhm.
Um, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna very quickly I'm gonna advertise to people that 80 Days is coming on because that's the
Oh
main
yeah,
attraction.
obviously.
Honestly, like the EU4 stream I just did was solid.
I'll have to go watch the VOD.
You won't have to. It's just single player. It's not that good.
You need to do more of those multiplayer streams, like with Shamed and Tribute.
I really want to get one where I'm a spectator.
Mm,
Because I think that would actually really work. Because I can both make that entertaining for people to watch.
sure. That would be pretty fun, actually.
And I can actually like observe people and help them. Because like in the last multiplayer game,
Or observe them and betray them.
well, I wouldn't have a country to betray people with.
Well, no. But you could give them advice that benefits their enemies.
I mean, I could. Like the last multiplayer game we had, I just ended up secretly helping Quinny a lot.
Mm,
And you know, that's gone all right, I think.
yeah. Well, but she was also brand new to the game, right?
Relatively.
I mean, whenever I play, I haven't played EU4 in a long time. Whenever I do, I just try to think back to watching you play. But like, what would Mick be doing? Oh, probably something a lot smarter than whatever it is I'm doing.
Right, there we go. I've finally typed all my messages. Do I want to get myself a gin drink just now to start?
I mean, it's up to you, I think.
Like, I've got egg whites as well for all the gin drinks.
Ooh,
Like, I'm gonna
fancy.
make tomorrow like one because I've made eggnog actually.
Make a whole suite. Ooh.
Is that British? Not really, but
I don't know.
you know what?
My parents make a really good eggnog. In fact, ooh, I wish I was home right now. I bet they would make. Because we'll take like this like giant like 2 gallon jug, or larger even this like giant like glass thing, and make just this really strong um, eggnog. The recipe calls for like a cup of brandy and like a cup of whiskey. It's like that's a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, it's like I got 3 glass IKEA bottles worth of like about that.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh-huh.
trying to like judge it on stream, like about that. I mean, I could go get them when I have, of
Sure.
course, but you know, fuck that.
Yeah.
And like in that was like 90 mil of bourbon and 60 mil of rum,
Mm-hmm.
and like that was it. And that was like 30 mil more bourbon than the recipe called for. But then this is one of Quiddy's recipes, and it did say, "Hey, add more if you want."
Yeah.
So I added 30 mil more,
Good.
and it worked really well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I want anything with egg whites. Right. But then I don't just want to run
It's
and
a bit,
leave the
you
stream
know, a
either.
bit ostentatious to start with. Some fancy egg white drink.
No, it's not that fancy.
I think it's fancy. I'm always too lazy to do anything with egg whites.
It's like, see
Oh,
if
can
you've
you
just
hear
got
the-
a
can you
carton of
hear
egg
the-
white
Can
though.
you hear the? Can you hear the train going by? Maybe
No?
not. You might hear a horn occasionally.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of
'Cause
drinking and speaking
I
of
live
horn,
right next to train tracks.
because I have this right here, I literally have this on my desk.
Oh,
It's
hey.
it's an actual drinking horn. I've never used. Because
Amazing.
you'd use it for like drinking beer or ale or mead. And I
Yeah.
don't do that.
Oh, you should make your own. You should make your own mead. Have you ever brewed anything yourself before?
No. I don't really.
You can actually do mead really easily. I made it myself, like in my apartment.
During
Like
Prohibition.
5 or 6 years ago. Yeah, in fact, you don't even need to. I used this recipe that you don't like add yeast to it. You basically just like set out a big bowl with like honey and water, and you let like the wild yeast start to like grow in it. And then once it's like properly bubbling,
You're like wrangling
You-
yeast. Yeehaw!
exactly. And then once it's properly bubbling, you bottle it, put like a balloon over the top, and then just wait like a few weeks. It's super easy. The only reason I haven't done it since then is because at the end stage of the process, when the stuff is done, you don't just have like the nice, mead. It's got this nice like layer of horrible other stuff that grew along with the the yeast. And so you have to, scrape that off and filter it out. And that process was just disgusting enough that I've never done it again.
It's
The
like
stuff tasted fine though. Like it was a little bit carbonated, definitely alcoholic. Like, yeah. Tasted like honey. I don't know.
definitely carbonated, a little bit alcoholic.
Yeah,
It's just a blue wicked.
sure. I don't know what that is.
Do you have those?
I don't think so. At least I've never heard of it.
It's my kind of go-to, like, drink. No, not my go-to drink, but my go-to example of a trash drink. It's like Alka Pops.
No, I have never seen that before. What? Great.
Oh god, it's a huge bottle. Oh no, I've accidentally removed the wrong one. Remove that. There we go. I have entered into the service of a new gentleman, Dr. Solars.
Oh no.
Am I coming through on Discord okay?
No, yeah, totally fine.
Because it looked like I cut off there. That's cool.
I mean, occasionally you cut off a little bit, but mostly fine.
I've got different settings on like all the different things.
I see.
I'm hoping the music's gonna start when I actually, go. It would seem.
Nobody seems to be paying attention. Looks
Nobody's
like I'm the
biting.
only viewer. But we must go on an adventure.
We're going around the world. I've highlighted Nero. He might come on.
Yay.
Well, no, it's like he might come on for a chat at least. He might not watch.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know what he's up to. He's not playing something on Steam. What could he possibly be doing? Oh god,
I'm
it's
sure
10:30.
he has something, to do. You should customize your channel points thing.
Could I? Right.
Okay, once I have enough points, I'm adding sunglasses to the it's all kicking off emote. Have you seen this? Have you messed with the channel point stuff
I've
on
not.
other people's?
I know New Legacy Inc.
Hmm.
I know they call theirs Batista points.
Yes, yes.
And I don't know what they do, and I don't think they know what they do either. I think they've just
So
said,
they
"Hey,
let you do a bunch of like random stuff. So you can send like highlighted messages to the chat.
this sounds
You can
terrible."
also like you can temporarily unlock a channel like emote for like a day. So
But like,
somebody could just watch your stream for like an hour and have enough points to get the it's all kicking off emote for 24 hours.
what a ripoff!
I know. You can technically disable them if you really want. But then you can also modify emotes by like various things. So you can give it like a Santa hat or sunglasses, or the little like thinking hand gesture.
Oh yeah, I finally got paid off Twitch, like in
Oh
the
hey,
past few
nice.
weeks.
Congrats.
75 quid or so,
Sweet.
which went towards the rub I bought today.
Hooray. Did you get something good? Something fancy to celebrate?
I got Mount Gay 1703.
No, okay, it's not bad. Not bad.
Because what I did is
My favorite rum is Flor de Caña.
Kanye.
Kanye.
Okay.
Not Kanye. No.
Because what I did is I just looked up about 4 or 5 best cheap rum articles. Best cheap rum
Yep.
UK.
Yep.
And it's like I just looked at what was on all of them. It's like, and then Mount Gay was one I recognized when I got to the supermarket.
That's a pretty good strategy.
I've also got my second bottle of Kraken.
Oh no. Oh, I have history with Kraken. I've only ever had it once.
Really?
But
a bad history.
A bad history. No, it was just that there was a. This is when I was still in grad school. We had a movie night in the planetarium.
Those wild days.
That we would do, and we'd go to the supermarket, get a bunch of alcohol, and like bring it up to the planetarium, and then just drink while watching movies. Specifically, we were watching Star Wars, like the original trilogy. Because of course, we had bought the rights to it, and everything was completely legal. And so we were watching it in the planetarium, and I really like Star Wars, and so did a lot of the other people there. And so we were getting really, we were very happy. We were drinking a lot, and me and this other guy were drinking the rum. We had gotten the bottle of the Kraken rum, and the two of us finished the bottle that night. And that in turn finished me and also him.
It's like, I'm not one for. I don't necessarily I don't really enjoy spirits by themselves like at all.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, we were mixing it with Coke, I think. But I do actually. So I'm definitely different though. I really like spirits by themselves.
But it's like, I thought that Kraken was like really quite spiced, relatively.
Yes.
It's like, I wouldn't know, because the only rums I've actually ever tasted by themselves were Kraken and Asda's own brand rum. And Asda's own brand is
actually sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just Asda's own brand, not up there, as it were.
I was gonna say that there's a friend of mine, one of my new coworkers here in Berkeley. She's from the UK, some like small town outside of London, and she was saying that like during her uni days, she would get the Tesco's everyday vodka.
Tesco's is a step up from Asda.
No, but the funny thing was that their store brand was every day. So it was the everyday vodka.
And everyone knows you get your
Because
everyday
naturally.
vodka, and then you get your weekend
Yeah.
vodka.
Of course.
But of course, every day is still every day, so you have them both on the same day.
Yeah.
Genuinely sad news that we've got minimum pricing in Scotland, but not England, Wales, etc.
Wait, what's minimum pricing?
Minimum pricing is pricing per unit for alcohol.
Okay.
And I don't think it's particularly sad at all. I think it's, I'm neither here nor there on the policy. But what it's done is that it's like stuff like Smirnoff is at the minimum pricing.
Oh.
So it's forced out essentially everything out of the market that's cheaper than Smirnoff. So all the supermarket owned brands, they don't get sold in Scotland because it's the same price already as the basic Smirnoff.
Huh. Interesting. That's an interesting way to do it, as like a minimum rather like just an extra cost for everything. I mean, I guess maybe that kind of helps.
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean,
it's like, I think the policy's still like in its early days. So I don't know what the evidence is.
It's good for the like liquor industry. Like for the people who make the good stuff, like that's a better policy to them.
Yeah.
Than just a flat hike in price on everything.
Because if you're having to spend 20 quid on a bottle of something as opposed to a tenner, you're more likely to spend, 30 quid, I guess. That's the, not top range.
Right.
That's unspeakably expensive to me. 30 quid, oh, whoa, I'm not posh.
Oh, I just got a bottle of some kind of rye whiskey that was about $25. It's pretty good.
That's about it's like I say that it's like I did buy Kraken today. I think it was 20 quid. So it's pretty much up there anyway. But it like depends. It's like what I enjoy. What I really enjoy is like mixing stuff, cocktails, stuff like that. So I really enjoy all the real gimmicky liqueurs. Is my thing. God. It's like I've read stuff like no. No. This is fine. Like Midori, for example.
Sure.
It's like so I've read like a bunch of cocktail stuff since getting relatively into it. It's like, oh, Midori is this gimmicky thing for beginners that you should avoid. It's like, fuck no. A bright green cocktail that's just sugar, perfect. That's me. That's me, and that's the things I'll give to people.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think Midori is probably the first like liqueur bottle I'm gonna finish. But it's like real fucking cheap anyway.
I was a big fan of creme de cacao. Like when I was making a lot of cocktails, it was creme de cacao, Kahlua, like Bailey's.
That's my cabinet so far.
Yeah. That's the good stuff. I didn't get too much into the fruitier drinks. So I'd usually have triple sec around. But
it's like Cointreau's usually reasonably cheap. So that's like one of the first things I got.
Yeah.
I have a lot more of it if my brother and his friend hadn't had some. But hey. Right. Give me 2 minutes because my dad just came home. I'm going to say hi. Say,
okay.
Dad, I'm live on the internet doing the thing I've actually earned money from. I'm going to shut the door so he can't actually hear me just fucking nattering on and going, I've entered into the service of a new gentleman. I've entered into the service of a new gentleman and here he is.
Yep. Right.
Good evening, sir.
Hello.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Alright.
Well, presumably Nero gets his mic sorted out.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hello, Nero.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, what's this?
Merry Christmas!
Has
Ho,
Santa
ho,
joined our voice
ho!
channel?
Ho, ho, ho!
Oh my god. Mr.
Have you
Claus.
been a good
what do we owe this
boy,
honor?
Solus? Ho, ho, ho!
Oh no, I've been pretty terrible.
Oh, well, fuck you then. Ho, ho, ho!
Oh no.
It's, Mick said to come in for a Christmas chat, so I thought, what's more Christmas than
Yeah.
Santa?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I don't think he meant it quite in the literal sense of
Well, it
having
should
it
have been
be-
more clear then.
That's true. That's true.
People are so imprecise.
So occasionally muting my mic because my keyboard is tremendously loud, and I don't want to offend any stream viewers who.
Well, I mean, it was going for quite a while there. I was enjoying it. It was making me feel nostalgic.
Oh, I thought I had it. I thought I had it muted.
No, 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 no. You're
oh no!
good.
Oh
You're
no! It must
blaring
be
away
coming
there.
through my. It must be coming through my webcam mic instead of my better mic. No. No, it's supposed to be coming through the thing. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. So let's see. Oh my god. Okay. So there's a hardware switch on my mic, right?
Uh-huh.
It apparently doesn't work.
Hey!
Amazing. Wonderful. I guess I'll just mute manually.
Huh.
Why would you put a switch, an on-off switch, on a microphone,
You
and
sounded
then have
quite
it actually
different.
not do anything?
You sounded quite different when it was on, like.
Sounds different.
Yeah,
So maybe
yeah.
maybe just the mute isn't very good.
Yeah, no, no. It sounds worse when you have it on though. So put it back.
When I have it on like this, it sounds worse.
Oh wait, it sounds quiet now.
Okay, wait. So this is with the switch in the on position.
Okay.
Okay, and now I'll turn it off. And now this is what it is.
Yeah. Off is like much louder and not nice.
Wait, so it's doing exactly the opposite?
Apparently. I'd
Brilliant.
put it on or off or whatever you had it as before.
Okay, I'll change it. Okay, so this is
Uh-huh.
so it's a little bit better this way.
Yeah, it's much better that way.
Okay. Interesting. Also, Mick is back and watching us.
Yeah, I see him on the stream, but he's not saying anything.
I was just sneaking in.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! See, you leaving immediately after I joined ruined my bit. I'm gonna have to repeat it again.
Okay.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas, Kimichi! Ho ho!
Oh my god,
ho.
could it be?
Have you been a good boy? Ho ho ho! Mick, have you been a good boy? Ho ho ho!
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Oh, not like Solar. He's been Ho ho ho!
Oh, I've
It's-
been naughty.
Oh yes.
It's not that kind of stream, lads.
You're definitely on Santa's list. Oh, oh, oh. Anyway, you said you wanted a Christmas chat, so here, I brought Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. That's exactly what has happened.
Very good. I'm glad.
Oh, we were just chatting, and it was like an excuse to like get someone to come in with us.
I've been awake
Yeah.
since 5 a.m. today. Ho ho ho!
Oh no.
Is that what time it ticked over to Christmas Day in Australia?
Ho ho ho! No.
No.
Santa had to go in and work at the land registry. Ho ho ho!
I didn't know you were at work today. I kind of assumed you weren't.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
I did like a half day. Like
Alright.
we did.
Mm.
We did like all the stuff we need to do, like for legal reasons. We need to get all the stuff at least halfway registered, and then it just kind of they got to the point where everything was on the system, and they said, right, go home if you want, and everyone went home.
Go home. Be with
Ho,
your
ho!
families.
Yeah, I've come off. I've not worked today, but I was like, yeah, like a 55-hour week of retail with
Hooray!
midnight finishes every night that I mostly volunteered for, and then they signed me up for one, thinking I wouldn't protest. I told them to fuck off, and then I did it anyway.
Nice. That's the spirit of Christmas.
Well, you
Ho,
signed up for someone
ho,
already.
ho!
Surely another one is,
That was their logic.
which is a really
And-
like kind of fucked up logic.
Yeah. I mean,
at this
it worked.
That's how Santa treats his elves. Ho ho ho!
Oh no. I'm sure the elves are
Santa's a
working overtime
union
tonight.
buster. Oh,
Ho ho! Fuck the union! Ho ho ho!
All right.
Santa says elves should refer their problems to HR first. Ho ho ho!
Yes.
We don't need a union. Ho,
Santa's
ho,
employed
ho.
mediators.
Uh,
All right. Should we go on an adventure?
Nero, have you entered into the service of a new gentleman?
it would seem.
It would seem he's a gambling man.
Oh.
Ah. What? So is this just the start of a new game?
Yep. We're doing this shit again.
Nice.
This is like my favorite. This is like my only, but also my favorite Christmas tradition. I think we actually got to Honolulu last time. But I just restarted it. What I'm gonna do.
Oh, sorry.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make myself a drink for every continent we go through.
Cut out.
Yeah, it cuts out on here. I don't know why. Right, hold on.
Well, what he was gonna say, dude. He was gonna make himself a drink for every continent.
Right, is
that's-
this a bit further down? There we go.
Really,
This-
it should be for every country.
Yeah, every continent. That's a bit. That was only what?
There's like 3 or 4 drinks max.
Yeah.
And they are inspired by the continents. Ah. Lads, we're in London.
Oh, not again.
Not yet, not again. Oh
My master returned home from the Reform Club with a strange gleam in his eye. Passepartout! We're going around the world!
Yay!
That's it, that's the meme. We don't really have room for a rifle. I mean, we could bring the rifle if we want to give up our evening jacket and European train timetable.
Hmm. How is it you trigger going north rather than?
I
To
think
Paris?
it depends on how many playthroughs you've done. And then
Okay.
you wait a day or something.
Huh.
That's a whole lot of trains.
You know what's a fun way to get across Europe? Trucking.
Right. Hold on. Should we quickly look up? 80 days.
I'm gonna do a lot of typing, lads.
I own the phone version of this game. Never played it.
I'd say genuinely among like my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, I know this is a really good game. I just haven't played it. I mean, I've seen you play it several times.
Every Christmas.
Every Christmas. How many Christmases? I'm sure there's one or two that I don't remember.
Whether you were there or not.
That's right.
I think it's like, well, it's like 3 or 4. It's not much of a.
We definitely did it when I was during my Christmas in Germany. So that would have been 3 years ago. All right.
I'm trying to read the wiki, but it's
Trying to
because
figure
I've
out how
done
to
it
go
before
north.
on various installations. North Pole walkthrough.
Well, don't read it too closely.
How
You
do
just
we
wanna
get to
get started.
Tromso? How do we get to Tromso? That's not Tromso. I think you do have to go to. That's not Cambridge. That's like
You're saying their geography is a little off.
that's like Norwich.
Oh yeah, that's not Cambridge actually. Even I know that.
Oh yeah, hold on, we're playing 80 days. I need to do something.
Uh-oh.
This is very important.
Do we have a particular soundtrack?
Oh no, that's not what I wanted. There we go.
Ah, I see.
Ah,
It's important.
vintage.
We only have one case on the Amphitrite Express. This is terrible. Right. Are we giving up on going north right now?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just go.
Sure. Yeah, let's just go.
We're going around the world.
We're going around the world.
We should actually do that one day, Mike. Just for a laugh.
Just for a wee laugh.
You could probably
Yeah.
do it in a couple of plane flights. But that seems kind of boring.
Yeah.
Greetings, Monsieur Van. I need to know about Paris. I've already grown up there and don't know anything about it. According to my timetable, Paris is Quebec.
Quebec.
What route do you think we should go, lads?
I don't even remember all the routes.
Well, it doesn't matter if you remember them. It's like we might try and go that way. That's the important thing.
We should go through Russia.
Through Russia.
Then we should have brought the gun.
I hear there's a railway that goes through Russia. The Underwater Express.
Amazing.
Splashed up onto the rails at Calais and closed the remaining miles to Paris Gare du Nord quickly. The Orient Express now runs as far as Bucharest. Did you know? No departures today, we should explore a little.
Or we could go to the bank, grab some cash.
The Exposition Universelle sprawled over the grounds of the purpose-built Palais du Champ de Mars. Hot air balloons sailed gently across the sky and the powdery light of the Yablokov candles gleamed invitingly.
I was flooded with memories of the siege.
And my own small part in it. It was hard to believe that only a year ago I had been.
Ooh. Oh, which backstory do we want to pass on? Nero, I'll let you choose this one.
A cook. A Dutch oven.
Only a year ago, I had been a walking oven feeding starved citizens in the Latin Quarter, struggling with the ever-dwindling resources the Prussian siege wore on. Horse consomme, sausages of rat, dog liver skewers.
Delicious.
Delish. How did you get the animals? From zoos?
No, that's a little bit. Let's.
I caught the animals myself. I had laid traps for rats in the catacombs beneath the city, chased starving, spitting cats down dim alleyways, and wept when I shot bullets into the head of docile horses, still saddled and bridled. Back then.
Monster.
Back then. Oh.
I thought we would prevail. I'm an optimist.
We would have to. That the other nations of the world would send aid, that our battalions in Loire would triumph and march to the city, and fought our courage could stave off thirst and hunger and cholera as well as Prussian guns. But Paris had surrendered, and next month the Prussians rode their horses through the city while we ate Bismarck's grain and meat, as promised in the armistice. I looked at the gleaming, peaceful streets of Paris now and saw only war and siege.
Solus, pick something.
Alright. I doused the fires raging around.
Resurrected the horses, cats, and rats from their slaughter. I snatched the Prussian airships from the air and muted the sounds of artillery. I scrubbed the smoke from the sky, left only the pink-tinged ochre of the sun setting. I resurrected the Paris of my childhood, its gaily lit cafes and dark catacombs, its boulevards and gutters, its poets and radicals, its dark-eyed youths with whom I had danced and kissed on the banks of the Seine. I promised myself that this is how I remember my city even now. Deep. Let's buy some fucking crackers.
Yes.
Yay!
We could buy really expensive wine in Copenhagen.
Well, if we stay sort of north, we could go to Copenhagen.
Oh good. You want to buy some wine?
Wine or crackers?
I mean, we're getting an extra suitcase regardless, so we could take them both.
Alright,
Both.
let's do it.
But then, we don't know. Let's... Well, we've got time to plan.
We've got time to
Oh, someone's gotten real fucking fancy and done what we wanted to.
Oh, is that showing us what other people are?
Oh yeah, it shows you people like playing the game.
They didn't do that before.
So yeah, someone got a helicopter over here.
It's fucking cool.
So we could go to Amsterdam. There's a car before 5 p.m. tomorrow. The Orient Express leaves in 4 days. And that goes all the way to Bucharest if we want it. I'm gonna turn this volume down a little bit more.
But do we want to sell the wine in Copenhagen?
Yeah.
So we want
So
to
we
go for
wanna
the
go to
car to
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam tomorrow.
Oh, but that's tomorrow.
They're all tomorrow because time wears on.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
We'll pass the night here.
What do
Oh
you think,
shit, I
Aaron?
need to be Fuck. We took a
Well, you could
hotel.
tip yourself over to the other side.
I could do that, but that's just a whole lot of effort that I just can't bother go to. What I'll do actually is I'll flip this. So, because what I like is when I'm looking at the screen, I'm actually looking at the stuff that's happening and not just off at nothing.
Yeah,
How do I do that? Oh god, this is wrong. It's wrong. It's alright. I'm used to it. Traveling overnight will often be more efficient.
Well, so we have to board the longest journeys available.
Sounds logical. Perhaps. Still, the surrounds of the Hotel Ritz were most enjoyable, as they say in France.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Like we hire a second car for our suitcase.
I mean, yeah, we've gotta. We'll make it all back when we sell that wine.
Yeah. Honk. I finally heard that honk you were talking about, Soz.
That might have been something else, actually.
We found a member of the Coachmakers Guild carries to Amsterdam. She loaded the cases onto the back, stoked the boiler, and took off at high speed along the coastal road, swerving around each corner with considerable skill, and I think... What do you think?
A touch of showmanship.
Yes.
Showmanship. I clung on tight. This would be a terrific ride. Let's talk to them. I cannot drive well if you're talking to me. Tough.
Yeah, that seems.
Amsterdam
seems
to
like-
Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Local hire car. Lovely.
Okay. All right.
Where do we go from Copenhagen? To Baghdad.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Berlin, perhaps. Chocolate, don't ya?
Damn. Shut down.
Honk honk. Once or twice the metal-rimmed wheels lifted the chassis clear from the road on one side, only to bump down off a chuff and a puff of the engine. We were jolted around so much, like so much poultry. As the wind whipped through our hair.
Like poultry?
Like
that-
so much poultry.
So much poultry.
Like
I
all
guess-
the poultry. Like a
Is the idea that
fucking
the
chicken.
the chickens sort of move around erratically?
I mean, do they not? If
Yes.
you were driving
Fine.
a car full of chickens, they would be fucking all over the place.
All right. Fine.
But that might be a fabulous way to travel.
Yeah. It could very well be.
The Polish inventor Bożek, who had first attached a perfectly decent locomotive engine underneath a flimsy wooden crate, was clearly a genius. Hold on, I'll
I think Passepartout is definitely a future race car driver.
Such cars were growing in popularity, starting from their use in farmsteads and extending up through the classes. Said that the King of Sweden now drove one, but presumably only to show solidarity with the beleaguered potato farmers. We rattled along, I spoke to the driver about what lay ahead, and we learned Christiana was connected to Stockholm by air. Bangkok. Ah, Amsterdam. Oh god. We can go everywhere from Amsterdam. The people of Amsterdam move about its canal-side streets with a sense of optimism and good cheer.
One look at their buildings tells another story.
Perhaps 200 years ago this was the centre of the world, but these days...
Huh.
There are no wrong answers here.
Bitcoin are no longer considered more valuable.
The importance of Amsterdam is a little faded. I sympathise, bien sûr. France's own position has been precarious ever since...
That's one way to put it, I guess.
that debacle. A debacle with Napoleon. Apparemment, it is the most ill-advised venture to attempt to conquer all Europe, and Russia besides. Would I walk along the Seine one day, thinking back to our days of lost glory? I approached a street peddler, because that sounds like it might lead to something. For advice. He greeted me with a cheerful smile between a caterpillar-like moustache.
We're going around the world!
We're going around the world.
We're going around the world!
No, I mean that may not...
I declared.
Okay.
Aha! You are like the influenza. The peddler reached into his pocket.
Ah.
Buy an apple, £1. Pound an apple.
Pound for an apple sounds pretty...
Pound an
pricey.
apple.
I mean, we've got 3,007. Yeah, yep, one less now.
Let's go for speed. What's the fastest
What's
way?
the fastest way on from here? I suppose. The roads are good, the canals used to be better, but now they seem almost out of date. It's a curse to be rich in the past. By the time the future rolls
I
around,
don't know what this accent is. that you're trying
he's
to
selling
do.
an apple for £1, so he's from London, innit? By the time the future rolls around, you're
But
poor
he's-
again.
A street peddler in Amsterdam.
Yeah? The
All
trade
right.
capital of Europe.
Fine.
Hey, what was that?
Guys.
Are we going which
What is Passepartout's attitude towards
the wealthy?
inherited wealth?
I find the rich mostly stay rich.
Yeah.
He's a comrade like us.
What's the cheapest way out of the city? The hydrofoil to Norway?
Ooh.
It's fine enough if you don't mind being jolted about like poultry. And it's not exactly going around the world. Going around the world? There's Norway worth visiting. There was, of course, the route following the canal south. In particular, the route towards the Rhine. Imagine ending up in Munich after a week of travel. How fucked up. We-
Alright. What can we buy? here?
Indian airships. Something that sells well in Athens. Dates and figs. We could sell for a profit on the crackers.
Ooh.
Oh, we've got apples as well. There we go. We can sell those for a
They
profit as
sell
well.
those for 13. What? So we just swindled that street peddler.
Bit of a wheeler dealer. Clearly, we care a lot about Indian airships. We don't. If we're aiming to go through Russia, we don't.
Yeah, I thought we were going to Russia. Yeah.
You know what they like
what
in
can you do
Russia?
with- what can you do with the dates and figs?
Shaving. Dates and figs. They're of interest to stalwart, poor, and foreign types.
Wait, does that say they cost 0?
I still don't know what that means. I've never bothered looking it up. It's like some things are like it's per day
Oh.
or maybe it's like
I think that maybe it expires after that much time.
I don't think so because that's 100 days on the air sickness bills, for example.
Right.
It'd be a bit of a fuck up.
Like 230 days.
I'm not sure you could actually go around the world in 230 days in this game.
That sounds like a challenge.
I think the shaving kit would be good because you want like parts
Yeah.
of this to help with rough
Sure.
journeys. And it's cheap. Likewise, probably the cold compress.
Yeah.
We could get some dates and figs.
Let's get the dates and figs.
I mean,
Huh?
it's of
Or-
interest to foreign types, and I hear they're foreign in Russia.
That's true.
We could, of course, get another extra suitcase, but we don't know where we're
No,
going.
I think we're fine. I think we're fine for now.
And I
We've
mean,
got enough crap.
we're wanting to take the car to Copenhagen, are we?
For sure.
Yeah.
Leaves at
That's
8
so
a.m.
fun.
Only one bag available, but they might let us take more.
It also takes a lot of health.
It does for a car ride, but you know, we're going around the world,
Yeah,
mate.
must be a pretty shitty car.
Shitty, shitty little car. Let's dance the night away in Amsterdam. What remained of the day?
Let's walk around a bit.
But a few hours walking around it, succeeded only in having my pocket picked
No.
to the tune of £18. Oh no! Right, we've got to get a move on here because this arrives at this leaves at 8. We could hire a second car for £58.
I mean, we're gonna make it back. We're gonna make it back.
That's hefty, but we'll make it back. We've got a driving cap, so it's not going to be too bad.
Still -9.
The bullshit car, the original Polish invention.
Maybe that's why it's so hazardous to our health.
Yeah, we're just going around on like Model Ts or whatever. I mean, literally, you can. There we go. That's us. That's
Yeah.
that's your boy Phil. It's all reversed. I can't do it.
Phineas.
Your boy Phineas. Phileas. Our next leg was another short trip in the car. I bounded in, eager to get started with my cap at the ready. The driving cap. You two, get in. You wankers. I am at your service, Monsieur Fogg. Is this like a bug that this text is getting?
No. Yeah, it must be.
I prefer just that Passepartout is just getting cut off everything he says. That's the lore.
Man, this car is slow.
Please, Monsieur Fogg, let me drive.
No. Almost an electrical sensation.
As though thunderstorms rippled inside the wood itself. I think Passepartout would have like a more neutral accent. I think.
Yeah, probably.
Instinct.
I drove by sheer instinct, quite without thought to the mechanisms involved. That, presumably, is how we came a cropper.
Loon.
A what?
I confess it. I drove like a loon. Had I done differently, my Gallic blood would have boiled, as it was. It was ever so lightly spilt. Far worse was the impression on my master's face. I was late to the car. I was later. The car was fixed and we were able to drive on. But the irrevocable had already occurred. We were now a day behind.
Oh no.
Mistakes were made.
Well,
But we'll make it all up when we sell some wine in Denmark.
That's right. Let's take care of fog.
We made good progress in the car, but not enough to recover our lost time.
We're
Toots,
going
my
around the world.
friends. Toots.
Toot.
So, our driver asked quite suddenly,
We're going
after a
around the
full day and a half of silence, why are you going to Copenhagen anyway?
We're going around the world.
We're going around the world.
We're going around the world. By car, train, airship, whatever we can find. You should go south into Africa. Fuck, it's a bit late for that.
Yeah,
The
well.
Zulus near Alundi run long-distance airships across the world. That was the extent of our discussion. She returned to driving, and I to ruining having crashed the car.
Uh-oh.
Have we ever done that, actually?
I've done it. I don't know if we've done it on stream.
Does the world? I think yeah, the world's like different each run through, isn't it? It's not like
It's slightly. It's like different seats. It's like 7 different seats.
Yeah.
Or rather, they all go in like ascending order. Like your first playthroughs, various things are available. Like by your third, the train to Bucharest is available. It doesn't change like that much, but different things unlock on different ones. The road swept beneath our feet like a dogged gardener. Finally, we came upon the sight of tiled roofs, the harbour, and the smell of herring. We had arrived in Norfolk, Copenhagen. I am in roaring health despite your efforts. Drinking horn in Copenhagen, hey!
Cowboy boots, though.
But while we're here,
Cowboy boots. Well, we need to sell the wine.
we need to sell this. Buy some
Hooray.
cowboy boots. Well, buy the drinking horn. We could sell the apples and figs.
We could.
Or the crackers. We
Kind
could
of like the drinking horn.
we could sell the crackers for the drinking horn.
We definitely need the.
While we're
drinking
here, we need to explore today.
horn. Oh yeah.
Because we need to find some way on. Copenhagen has spilled out of its old fortifications in the last few years. New homes were built overlooking gleaming lakes, the glacis all flattened to provide foundations for new development. Amalienborg Palace isn't that good, honestly. I've seen it. It's alright. We could pay a visit there and sneak inside. And find, like, steampunk robots or something.
Sure.
We
Let's
paid
go.
a visit to Amalienborg Palace, the winter home of the Dutch royal family. We were we were stopped
David.
by the courtyard gate by a pair of guards in full livery. What business do you have in the palace?
We're an important business.
We are on important business from the British Empire. The British are most certainly not welcome.
Oh.
They were somewhat rankled by Lord Nelson's destruction of the city some 60 or 70 years ago.
I am French.
But I am French. Wondering if a sudden switch in allegiance would soften her resolve, but the guard was impassive, in the manner of all well-trained guards the world over. We strolled away, passing a hooded woman on in the plaza outside, who dropped something that clattered to the ground. She froze.
Ooh. Let's pick it up. Let's pick it up.
I stooped to pick
Feel
up
like
whatever
something
it was
bad-
and handed it back to the woman's trembling fingers.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh shit.
We were just across the narrow bridge into the old town when we heard an explosion and looked back to see a tall column of black smoke
Okay.
rising from the direction of the palace. Smoke, but it seemed no flames. As I said, my friends, a town of new developments, each more alarming than the last. Fog liked us picking up that grenade.
apparently giving the back to the improved their relations.
So it does look like Stockholm would eventually go on to St. Petersburg, but that's a slow boat that departs in 2 days and arrives Wednesday. Whereas that car, that airship,
Also departs in 2 days.
yeah, and it'd be expensive to get it moved up.
Right.
And likewise with the boat to Stockholm. They tried to take me back to Stockholm, but Solas, what is that?
I have no idea. I mean, I feel like going north is more.
I've just seen the Twitch chat.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Christiania arrives in 4 days,
Definitely nothing weird.
and we can make it. We can make it leave in 2 days because we're English gentlemen.
Oh.
So what are we doing? We've got to make a decision.
Okay, wait, sorry. Well, we don't want to lose too much time.
North, east, or south?
Let's go north, actually.
Go
Isn't that
north?
where that helicopter was?
Yep, and
Yeah, let's go.
this interface always confuses me. Because we
We're not
can.
really- We're losing a bit of time going. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
It arrives Thursday as opposed to arrives Wednesday and arrives Tuesday.
Oh, right.
But then, remember what we said about arriving in Munich after like a week? This would be what, day 9, and we just made it to Berlin.
Yeah. Maybe we go to Stockholm then?
God, decisions. Stockholm's cheaper as well.
£41 though.
Hello.
So
Hello.
So
A wild Quinny appears.
now we've
Oh,
got
Stockholm.
now we've got 4 of us making decisions.
Stockholm.
oh no, I'm not here to make decisions. I'm just here to provide color commentary.
We're making decisions. We're going to Stockholm.
Let's go to
We
Stockholm.
need to sleep.
Yeah,
We're
let's get
going
on a
around
boat.
the world. I'll
Let's get
think
on a
that.
boat. Oh yes, we are going around the world.
As night fell, I walked around and got pickpocketed.
I
Also, hope
afforded my
everyone is,
master
is
every
clicking
service.
Make sure you're clicking the bonus channel button so that you also can make. So that one, so that you can get the "It's all kicking off" emote for free, and 2, so that you can modify it.
I afforded my master every service.
It departs tomorrow, and 500 quids to get it to leave today.
No, let's just wait. Well, I mean, we have a ton of money.
We can go back and buy the drinking horn though now.
Oh, we need the drinking horn.
We need the drinking horn in an extra suitcase.
Yeah, why not? Okay.
All right, fine.
And what we'll do, we'll put it in the second suitcase, because just in case we need to give up a suitcase, it's the
Right,
crackers
we
we'll
get rid
lose.
of the crackers. Sure.
Oh no.
So now we know what's at stake. And it's only 2 suitcases on this one, so whoa, fingers crossed.
Oh no, what have we done?
Are we gonna just hotel it out?
Yeah, I think so.
Apparently.
Before retiring,
Pog's still doing pretty well.
Every time we go.
Last time we went exploring, like something
bad
exploded.
happens.
yeah.
You get mugged or there's an explosion.
I went out to explore a little,
Perfect.
where I saw a nervous Turkish soldier in a raging argument with a shopkeeper. What could possibly go wrong?
Right.
Nero wants to avoid it, I think.
From which I learned it can be best not to get into arguments, for I came away with a hefty scolding.
For fuck's sake.
Maybe you guys should have avoided it. We can hire extra space for £13. So we're off in the Herfinyer. The ferry from Copenhagen left promptly, but never accelerated to much of a convincing top speed. I think now's the time we discover our lifelong ambition to drive boats really fast.
I think so too. Well, wait, but which one gets us in that direction?
Well, it's not the last one.
No.
Well, I was happy to relax after 2 nights of doing fuck all.
Number one.
I could
Number
see
one.
Monsieur Fogg's impatience from the way he lifted his eyes from his ledger
Yeah, blame Fog.
every few minutes. What is your wish, master?
Wipe out the Jedi.
Ask him about the dates and figs.
Oh no, that uses them.
Oh.
You don't just have a conversation about them.
Damn.
Monsieur Fogg, look at my date and my fig. Yes, very good, Passepartout.
I think you should use the St. Petersburg.
The fastest way to St. Petersburg from here is via Helsinki. How do we get to Helsinki?
Tell us about Helsinki.
Why can't you use the St. Petersburg?
Apparently that's not an option.
I've been listening to a band from St. Petersburg recently. I say listening to, I've been listening to one song. The day dragged along. I never want to leave a problem untackled or colour unstarched.
Let's go. Well, let's go see the captain.
A lifelong mechanic, went to see the captain
Or I mean, we could do
to inquire
fine.
whether any bursts of speed were possible.
Yes.
But to my surprise, I found the bridge deserted. The
Oh,
controls
no.
were being operated, and the
Oh,
boat steered
no.
by a series of straps and pulleys that fed into a
Okay.
large black box at the far end of the room.
Touch the box. Touch the box.
Curious, I opened the box to reveal a strange huddled machine made of slowly spinning wheels and cogs. Ropes fed in through holes punched in its side and wrapped around the different hooks and rods. At the very center of the device was a brass globe with a stylus on its surface.
What?
Touch the globe.
I peered
Touch
closer.
The globe.
And saw the surface of the globe was etched with grooves. They ran parallel, then diverged. Shipping lines, and the stylus was tracing
No,
one,
no.
thus guiding us towards our destination.
Let's not all die when we touch the.
Do it. Do you won't.
I've
All right,
seen
I guess-
misgivings.
I feel very bad
Like,
about this.
pushing the stylus along is obviously gonna fucking break it, but moving it
Yeah.
to take us to Helsinki or St. Petersburg is gonna fucking work,
Oh.
lads.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
When we end up in Berlin, it's not my fault though.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I tried adjusting the stylus onto a parallel groove and it moved easily. The new groove followed the original for a short while, then veered away to the right. I wondered as I closed the box what effect, if any, this would have on our sailing route.
Oh, hey.
Phileas Fogg opens at 10 AM.
All right. Great. We made it.
Dab on those
And,
haters.
and everyone else on the boat is just.
There's nobody else on the boat.
Oh, it's just us. So good.
I awoke to find that we were in the middle of the Baltic Sea with a northerly coast fast approaching Finland. I did not read the punctuation right there at all. It seemed my adjustments to the boat's controls had changed our destination.
Ooh.
Bog pal! Hey pal!
Let's tell him.
I'm pure
Yeah,
brilliant
yeah.
pal. Yeah, let's take credit for something you didn't want to do.
Yes.
I went to tell Monsieur Fogg, who nodded. Very good. Though he didn't give a fuck. The afternoon wore on to late. Well, it's 4 AM. Finally, we reached the shore. The boat docked itself with admirable precision until the very last few feet.
Oh no. Well, let's not hit the dock.
I shouted for the harbour master to assist us,
I
but
mean,
not
doesn't
before we
matter.
were hauled and beginning to take on water.
Oh.
The damage to the dock cost us £100. And I was thankful the owner of the boat was not aboard, as I am sure it would then have been a bit more expensive. But
So
Fogg
you
likes
just
it.
left the boat taking
Alright.
on water.
Fine. You know what? £100, worth it.
Yeah. We're still up. We started with 4,000, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
So from Helsinki, we can presumably go on to St. Petersburg.
Presumably.
Yep. We can go to Tromsø or Minsk.
Oh. shall we try the northerly route?
We could go to Tromsø if you want. We were accosted outside the visa office in Helsinki by a stony-faced official with white blonde hair who prodded me in the shoulder. It's not like we've done anything untoward to get to Helsinki, so it's fine. Yes?
Yes?
Hell yeah! What
We're going around
the
the world.
hell are you doing in Helsinki? We're going around the world! All the way around the world!
All the way? That is the intention.
What is around?
What do you mean? The world's flat.
Which way?
Go around.
Source.
Fast.
Whichever way's the fastest.
Yeah.
In that case, do not go into Russia.
Okay, I guess, you know.
Okay?
Maybe.
Hell yeah! Russia is a place of Tsarist bootlickers and imperial lackeys. On your journey, if you see any Russians, turn
God.
the other way.
Wow. Wow.
I'll consider it.
Who was that guy?
Who the fuck was that guy?
Iron ore. Why?
Because it's valuable in Moscow.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
So
definite
saying
bugs
if we
here.
go into, if we go into,
It's 4 PM. The passenger train to Tromsø. If we won't go to Tromsø, we've got plenty of space. So I would
Where's the
suggest
shortbread guy?
we fill like. Do we want to go to Tromsø?
sure, let's do it.
Well,
Well, apparently we're not going to Russia. Yes,
I
we
mean,
probably
we-
want those boots.
You don't have to do everything you're
Biscuits.
told, you know. You can heed,
Well-
not heed advice and continue on stubbornly.
Well, we wanted to go north from the beginning. So let's
Did we?
attempt this. I thought so. A certain somebody was looking up the wiki.
It was just an idea.
Ooh.
Look, we're away already.
Our compartment on the route from
What?
Helsinki to. Have we ever finished one of these games on a stream?
I don't think so.
Not that I recall.
We've certainly died on stream before.
Yeah. You know what? That's pretty much good around us.
In fact, I think we've died on stream while trying the northern.
Have we?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have.
I don't remember that.
Some weird shit
Don't
happened,
you
I
worry,
remember.
lads. I've brought some fucking shortbread. We're fucking rolling. Our compartment on the route from Helsinki to Tromsø was pleasingly partially occupied by a pair of blonde Finnish I didn't see that word when I started that sentence. Giantesses, who spoke at incredible speed in hushed tones, pausing only to observe us as we entered the cabin.
Well, we should put on airs without intending it.
I found myself putting on airs without intending it, reaching this much higher
Shows that you are intending it, Solus.
to place a suitcase on the rack.
Not intended.
Above the seats, opening the window a crack most firmly. It was a fine if rather pointless performance until I tripped over my own shoe and hit my chin rather painfully on an armrest. The two ladies giggled, though I fear perhaps chuckled is the correct word, and so
I began to find the view from the window most interesting.
as we rattled through endless pine forest broken only by the occasional glimpse of a lake, Finland seems to me to be largely made of water.
Mermaids.
And its
Right.
occupants are not far
Yeah.
removed from mermaids. In physique, but perhaps enough of that line of thought. I settled into a long journey with such musings.
Oh yeah, poor Fog is suffering.
Excuse me, remarked one of the two blonde women. You have not
After
introduced
after
yourself.
like a day and a half.
So I thought perhaps we should. My name is Sana, and this is
We're going
Rika.
around the world.
My name is Passepartout, and we are going around the world.
We're going around the world.
More than happy to make an introduction. A few hours without conversation here beside my master had left my mouth, I found, falling over itself to speak.
We haven't said that we're going around the world for hours.
As a strange name for an Englishman. You're English, are you not?
Uh-oh.
Mademoiselle! I am French! With my usual distaste for being incorrectly nationalized. You are both Finns? We will never be Russians!
Perish the thought.
Perish the thought.
Perish the thought!
We'll get in their good graces.
And they seem to nod with approval at this somewhat unsightly little gambit of mine. There are worse things to be, of course.
Aw.
Is the worst thing French?
Oh no. Let's ask about Tromso.
What can you tell me about Tromso?
It's probably not pronounced Tromso.
It's a friendly... Tromso have played in, like, European football, and that's how the English commentators pronounce it, so I'm fairly sure they'd have the inside line on this.
Alright.
It's a friendly enough place if you have friends there, but I wouldn't visit as a stranger.
Do we
Oh.
try
Then
and be subtle,
perhaps...
or do we be direct?
Oh no.
Solus,
I
you're
feel
the
like-
master of love.
I feel like the direct option is more likely to work.
What's the direct approach here?
Perhaps you will have to be our friend. Or then perhaps you will have to be our friend.
Thank you. You'll get by. You have a sympathetic
Aw.
face.
Oh, alright, nope. That's it.
Rip.
Ladies traveling to.
And where are you ladies travelling to? All the way to Tromso. We're going on holiday and it seemed to be about the furthest place we could get to. Our funds are rather limited, you understand.
Oh, Passepartout, please, no.
But think of the money we made from selling
Jackie,
the
no.
wine.
I looked into our what?
I looked into our wallet, wondering if it would be appropriate to offer them a little adventuring money for our amusement. But Rika quickly blushed and waved it away. We do not take money from strangers. We are not traps.
Damage control, damage control.
I quickly pretended to have been researching our finances entirely independently. But I do think I was convincing. Fucking hell. Certainly Sana gave Rika what could only be described as a look. With that, Rika stood up, announcing she was hungry, and she and her friend left the compartment. Bog thinks you're a fucking idiot.
Damn.
I mean, he's
Well,
not
you know,
wrong.
we had to shoot a shot.
Morning arrived not a moment too soon after the uncomfortable night we spent propped up in our seats.
Let's go with fog. Let's not. I mean, I think we've lost our chance. It is.
Monsieur Fogg left the compartment briefly and I went with him. Doing a short constitutional up and down the narrow corridor, passing several compartments. I lost a few hours to the passing scenery, and when I returned, Tromdale Station was just moving into view. The Fairline boot should be quite valuable here if we wanted to sell them, which I would not suggest.
Need them, yeah.
Ooh, buffalo hide.
We could sell shortbread and crackers.
Sounds good.
Let's
Let's see, I mean,
explore.
we're gonna sell one of them. then we can
New
get the
routes
start.
discovered.
Hurry!
Go. Here we go, lads.
I walked the streets of
happening?
Tromso, a pleasant enough perambulation thanks to the dramatic slopes and the glacial lagoon. How anyone survives the cold, I can't understand.
Oh, I thought you picked that. Oh, you did.
I haven't. It seemed to me my body heat was leaking through the leather soles of my shoes at every step, and I was quickly convinced I would be an icicle before returning to my master. But my eye was quickly stirred to keep me warm when I encountered one Mademoiselle Fleischer, who stopped me on the street to ask, without irony, if it was a pleasure for one such as myself to visit her city.
You mean as a Frenchman?
That's a.
But of course,
Okay.
Tromsø was the Paris of the North. We have been promised a liaison between our cities for many years now. Who else would you be? Tromsø is the second capital of Norway, you know.
Mademoiselle, I am traveling around the world.
Mademoiselle, I'm traveling around the world, I told her sternly. She looked downcast. Is that so? Ah, well, monsieur. Enjoy Tromsø while you can.
Oh no.
I may have been putting on, you know. I might be reading into that. With that, she let go of my arm. Her grip had been iron-like, and she all but skipped away down the cobbled street. Streets were nothing like boulevards, I might add.
Wow.
I'm gonna suggest we get rid of the European train time, though.
Oh yeah. I forgot we had that.
The windscarf, yeah.
Where we're going, we don't need no timetables.
But we do need a drinking horn, even if we aren't going to.
Do we need the drinking horn?
I mean, we don't, but
We
I
kinda
think we
do.
need the
Don't, but it's
cowboy
so
boots.
stylish.
I seen the buffalo hide takes up 3 slots, 4 slots, 3 slots.
It would, there we go.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So we could get rid of the iron ore if we wanted to.
I mean,
You never know when you might need iron ore, though.
Do we need
well,
the
we're gonna go to
cowboy boot?
Smearenburg, right? That's the next step north.
Oh, we are as well.
Keep the iron ore. Yeah. But
I
do we
haven't
need the
actually
apples
checked
and the
when we're
dates and
going.
figs?
Tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's good.
All right. 2 suitcases. It's a hot air balloon.
2 suitcases, right. Let's prioritize. Shortbread.
We need the shortbread. Well, we need to bring the iron ore so we can sell it.
Right, if we're giving up stuff, this is what we'd give up.
All
No,
right.
no. No, what am I doing?
Hmm.
Hold on.
Apples, dates, and figs.
No, the fucking cowboy
Oh, the
boots.
cowboy boots! No! No! Alright, fine. We lose all the fun stuff. I see how it is.
I would also suggest putting the fur-lined boots in the Oh, that's not what I want.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's not what I want.
What have you done?
Oh.
There it is. It's behind my speaker. I can see it.
Nice screenshot.
A postcard, not a screenshot. Let's stay in Tromsø. Tromsø by night was no more endearing, and it was substantially colder, nor was it Parisian. I did a little bit wonder in a state of some isolation until
Stumbled upon a bar. Oh no. Not again.
I stumbled upon a bar in which several fishermen and women were playing chess matches. It was hardly fine entertainment.
Oh, we won. Obviously.
We won.
I won a few matches, which at least let me feel like I achieved some part of my cultural duties as a traveller.
Hey. There we go. We've acquired a trait.
I hire an extra space.
Sure.
Fur-lined
pick up the
boots.
cash. Yeah.
The Pomor hunting balloon.
That balloon has a very well. Okay, the shape of that balloon is nothing. No, nothing. It's fine. It's just, properly tapered.
I have arranged transport for us.
I nearly spat out my tea.
That's actually made a fucking mess there. Holy shit.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
But it was worth it. We can clip that. We can clip that and it will look amazing for years to come. I think the top clips on the channel are still Human Fall Flat and Wicked
Yeah, I
Sick
mean,
Jumps. We are going north. Very north.
Very north.
How far north?
All the way.
Very, very north. Smirenberg.
And then, you know what? Let's just go with it.
Sometimes, Passepartout. The best way to untie a knot is not to untie it at all.
Ah, the Alexandrian solution.
Sometimes. Let me finish, Passepartout. Sometimes one must simply slice through it.
The Gordian knot, mate. Everyone knows this.
So, monsieur, if you are Alexander the Great, does this make me?
Are we a steed or a general?
Are we a fucking horse master?
I wanted to be Diogenes.
Oh, tough. Are we a horse or are we a person?
Let's be a horse. The loyal steed.
You are a valet, Passepartout, not a beast of burden. Oh, he loves us really.
Aw. There's not much to talk about, I guess.
Good gracious. This is rather more exhausting than I anticipated.
Well, would eating the crackers help him about a bit?
I think, yeah. You wanna eat some fucking crackers?
Mm,
This is a pivotal decision.
yeah, I mean, let's not go crazy here.
I mean, they might be useful for something.
If this was an Obsidian game, this would be at the point of no return.
Let's hold on to the biscuits. His health is still above 50. I think we're safe.
Day 13? Oh, our journey continues. Can we click out? Oh yeah, we can click out here.
Yeah, let's click out.
It'd be a lovely result in Smirenberg. The captain of our balloon was a dark-browed woman by the name of Yana Starostina.
What does she hunt?
What exactly is it you hunt? Whales, walruses, reindeer, even polar bears sometimes.
Bears, oh my.
Oh my.
Bears? I paled. Taking a step back, I have a very specific and particular fear of bears. I think bears are not over fond of Frenchmen either.
Damn.
I retired to the cabin to lie down with some agitation. Bog thought it was funny.
Great.
I like how they fixed it so fog opens at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen other like conversations cut off, so I'm not sure if it's like a dodgy install, but I also know there's been a relatively recent patch, so
Yeah, that was definitely in a patch because otherwise you could show up at like 3 a.m. Monsieur, would you like your mustaches clipped?
Sure, why not?
the balloons seem to make good time for the colder air. Below stretch an endless ice sea.
This is the top of the world.
I can show you the world.
Shining, shimmering, frozen.
Shining, shimmering glacier.
If she had never been to Paris.
Or indeed the Paris of the North. I have not. But I have been to St. Petersburg, and if Paris is similar, I imagine it is very dirty.
Oh yeah, very dirty.
I could not in truth deny it. Looking down at the crystal waters of the snowy plains below, they were still starched white pristine. And then we were sinking lower, and we watched a whaling ship bring in a bleeding leviathan from the sea as we settled down to land. Some of our possessions could earn us well here.
Ooh.
The drinking horn is apparently pretty good, but the iron ore, particularly. Given our earlier conversation,
We definitely need the rum.
yes.
Compass, probably. Oh wait, magnetic?
Well,
North
I mean, we're going
Pole?
by the North Pole.
North Pole,
That'd be
yeah.
helpful.
I mean, we seem to have room for the false teeth.
We do. We
Do
do.
we
yes.
need this?
No. Let's explore.
Yes.
It's like, how much currency do we actually need at the North Pole anyway? Is there anyone?
Probably not much.
It well depends if we get past the North Pole, what happens next. The stench of Smearenberg was all pervading. It mingled with the coal smog and the thick plumes of smoke to form a foul miasma that hung thick and grim and unaccountably oily over the settlement.
Hmm. Let's
We're
see.
steadfast by now. So if we
Right.
remain steadfast, we will take
Deep breaths.
a few deep breaths, trying to
Yeah.
accustom myself to the terrible odour as quickly as possible.
Ah, it's Wales.
What is Ah, Wales. Heaven's the country. It is Wales. A nearby fellow put in sagely in Welsh accented English.
That's
Of course,
people
the
like,
Welsh.
I
I greeted them courteously.
You're gonna greet- No, Nero wants to greet him courteously. Oh, well,
Ah.
too late.
oh no, I didn't realise that was a choice. Oh, I thought it was just a
What
one.
do you mean? Pay attention.
The man pointed at several copper
Get it,
capitals nearby. They were set into brick ovens, belching black smoke from their chimneys. They will render the way of blubber here for oil and fuel. You become accustomed to the smell.
I let my gaze wander.
Smearenberg was not what I had expected, but rather
Industrial township. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that.
of smithies and workshops further inland. I spotted. Oh, fucking Vitti Jokinen. I remember this guy. No, I don't.
Sure.
Spotted church fires, gambling dens, alehouses, and dim-lit brothels. Above it all lurked a dire fort of guns trained on the horizon.
We're going around the world.
We're going around. the world.
I'm Vitti Jokinen, the man said, cutting into my thoughts. You don't look like
not
seal
going around
hunters or smugglers, so if you forgive me. So what are you doing here?
We're going around the world.
We're going around the world.
I said with perhaps less enthusiasm than was warranted.
Aw.
Oh, are you adventurers? I had hoped perhaps that you were geologists.
Do you often hope for geologists?
Seems a slim hope in these parts. Is the Arctic after hunters and adventurers? Scientists are the most common breed.
Yeah. So what's he doing here? What's your purpose in life?
So what the
buddy?
fuck are you doing here? I
Yes.
am an
yes.
artificer.
Ooh.
Amazing. We should introduce ourselves, or we could ask about the guild. I don't know. What do you think, Nero?
Oh, why are you asking me?
Well, let's introduce
Oh,
ourselves.
fuck.
Oh,
There's a guild outpost here. Well, that's in Vergahammer, nearby as these things go. I'm here on an expedition to the North Pole as it happens. You don't say. My good fellow, let me buy you whatever it is they drink here.
let's wait for the response because the other two sounds good.
Both he and my master were gone, away down the street and plotting like rogues.
Oh no.
Hey, we're organized.
So all we can do is buy a compass or sleep.
Oh, I don't think we need the compass.
I mean,
I
you
think we
say
need to
that,
sleep.
and then it'll be essential.
Yeah, that's true.
We've lost it now.
I was masterless in a cold city.
I walked the cold streets.
Sure.
I watched a group of hard-bitten men and women, Flenso whales, flesh from his bones, chatted amiably. A group of shivering prostitutes at the dock, and narrowly avoided a brawl at one of the taverns. I could not stop thinking of the North Pole. It was a dream, a myth as much as any real place.
It was one of my dreams too.
I dreamt that I would be the first person to ever drive a car to the North Pole. What child hadn't dreamed of power sliding over candy canes, of sailing into the pure white and making something unknown known? These were my thoughts at the
going
moment.
to the North Pole is very much. Yes.
Passepartout! We're going to the North Pole!
I will prepare some hot water.
Sure.
After all, what else was there to say?
Yeah. Well.
Hey.
Here we go. Wonderful. Minus 70. Jesus. I mean.
Oh, we should have had those crackers.
Well, no, we can still have the crap. No, we can still get extra space.
It departs at 10 a.m. I don't know if we could, for example, spend more time at the
Still go to
hotel.
market. Ooh.
But because it departs at 10 a.m., I don't know if we miss it if that's it.
Yeah, I don't
Let's
know.
just get going.
Let's just go. Let's just go, and we'll just shove the crackers into our master's mouth. Oh, hey. Oh yes. Oh, I remember this thing.
I gaped like a simpleton when Monsieur Jokanen showed us the enormous contraption that would lead the polar expedition. We call it the Ice Walker.
Amazing.
More of an ice skier or ice slider, no?
Don't sound awful. Don't listen to him, Coulter. The machine was vaguely boat-shaped, with a pilot's bubble of reinforced glass at the front.
Wicked-looking harpoon.
Was mounted at the back above a vast hatch with no clear purpose that I could discern. Perhaps an airship hangar door.
Oh.
The hull itself resembled that of a koch. A what? I don't know. Used by the poor war people for Arctic hunting. Rounded lines, an additional layer of flush skin planking, a protective false keel.
Who designed this marvel?
She is a result of
everything is
3 years of work and hundreds of artificers, ingenuity and sweat.
What did he design?
What did you design? I designed the failsafes. Yeah, we're not gonna need them.
Oh yeah, certainly not.
Let us go aboard, Passepartout. His eyes looked overly bright.
No, not fevered.
But eager. It was unsettling to see him like this. I was so used to his mask of cool indifference to the triumphs and disasters that had beset us. We settled in and heard 2 sharp whistles that signaled our departure. With a rumble of boilers and a crack of ice, we began our expedition into the uncharted peril of the Arctic. I could not help but wonder whether we would.
Arrive in London within 40 days.
Surprise everyone at the Reform Club, quite out of their hats! The thought was thrilling, if still distant. I turned the whale oil lamps down and climbed to bed, but it was a long time before I fell into sleep. This is just
I'm alive.
split second reaction. Boom, boom, boom. This is the tense bit. Or would be, but this nothing's gonna happen. We've got this Ice Walker, and we have failsafes. We stopped at the nearby bay of Virgohammer to add a large tethered balloon to our convoy to be used for meteorological readings and short explorations. What a vulgar contraption.
Well, it surprises me.
Yeah.
Any fool can see it's vulgar. Even an artificer could. I am Solomon Auguste Andre. I propose that we take my balloon all the way to the North Pole, but the council requisitioned it as mere support. I ordered me to stay behind.
Did you design the balloon yourself?
Of course. Why? Be hard.
Oh no. I was only curious.
I remain silent as though I had a secret.
Oh no. Alright.
And the artificer sighed. I had my balloon manufactured privately without guild approval, because they're all old-fashioned has-beens. They've had it out for me ever since. I understood.
Why you'd been assigned to this place.
And I
How
ran
dare
the
you.
fuck away because I wanted no part of that. Major Jokin had appeared at my side and pulled me back to the Ice Walker.
I feel like taking him is a mistake. I feel like he will sabotage the Ice Walker and then we'll die.
But surely it's the question, why don't we travel by air all the way?
I mean,
Well, we're not gonna
Why?
fucking take him, are we then?
well, I don't think we're gonna take him. We could ask, why not travel by air if you want?
Yeah, go number 2.
Balloons don't have enough steering control. And airships are too fuel hungry. I see Solomon's been bleating at you. I'd say even he was obsessed. Whole mad. I mean, hell, it's 2019. Who ain't pole mad?
Number 1.
I mean, alright.
Aren't all artificers? Maybe, maybe. Fog.
Bog. But if you converse, you can feed him crackers.
At breakfast, Major Jokunen introduced us to our fellow expeditionists. I paid particular attention to.
Do you think that'll improve his health, or will it just
I think it probably would.
Okay, then we should do that one.
My master.
What is thy bidding, my master?
Who had never been happier than here, sat between hunters and artificers and travelling at high speed across an uncharted continent while still being able to drink his tea at the correct temperature.
That improved our relations, but didn't improve his health. Nice.
That could help. Halfway through the afternoon, we fetched up at an icy cliff far too sheer to be essayed by the Ice Walker's skis. We can't go for it. Go up.
3. Was this anticipated?
Was it anticipated? Yeah.
Nothing on this route is anticipated. No one's ever been this way before.
I steadied my master.
Out of the window, I saw the mechanical skis bend and articulate. They must have hidden joints, forming themselves into sharp claws,
Yes.
which dug into the pack ice. We
Hell yeah.
scuttled up the ice face. There was no other word to describe it. The Ice Walker swung and hissed and spewed steam in great shrieking gouts, but we made it up in less than 5 minutes. Next time, buckle up.
Corks.
Finger guns.
I was
Video Cannon, buckle up.
grateful for climbing up the.
In
or
the end,
shake it up to form a proper reply might have been better.
now that the gut-wrenching terror had passed, it did seem like quite a jolly adventure.
Ch-
Fog,
Yeah.
fog, 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 fog.
Nice.
Nice.
Keeping him nice.
The coast of Spitsbergen appeared in our wake. There was no land between here and the pole, and none that had been discovered. It was entirely possible that there was nothing but a frozen ocean and endless sky ahead.
We might as well have skied across the moon.
Moon skis.
Though if we had, at least we'd have known people were looking up at us. Out here, we were vanished entirely, and moved as ghosts among the wastes. Behind us are the little clustered lights of civilization, and only unrelieved whiteness lies ahead. Arg. I was heating Monsieur Fog shaving water to a precise degree when I heard a long trumpet blast. I'm having ever so much fun. And the sound of many boots thumping in the corridor.
You haven't even made your cocktail yet.
I need to make one for the Arctic now.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, but I'm kind of like... I'll make a cocktail where we either each other... Because I know what I'll make as well.
Yeah.
A frozen blue lagoon.
Nah. Oh no, I don't know what I'll make. I was going to make a frostbite. But that's tequila. I don't have tequila. Anyway,
A
what we do?
frostbite has tequila in it.
I think so. The
Alright,
one recipe
let's
I
go-
found,
let's
I'd just
go-
replace it with vodka or something.
Shoot. I kind of want to go look. Although we could take care of fog.
I mean, looking might help us prepare. Like, I'm gonna say shit that makes it sound like I know what I'm doing, but I don't.
Yeah. I feel like something has to go wrong this trip. And this is, you know.
But like, going to look might prepare us for
that's right.
what might happen next.
Yeah. Let's go look. Something's happening.
Could well be an emergency. Monsieur Mezensky was shouting commands to his group of Pomo hunters, but paused to toss a glare in my direction. What are you doing here, civilian? We're going around the world.
Well, shit. What is going on?
I came to join you.
Oh, sorry.
It is too late. He pushed me aside and sealed the bulkhead behind me with a grunt. A moment later, the floor beneath my feet began to crumble. The love will never die.
Merde.
Mad.
Man.
How did I continually find myself in the midst of these misadventures? The Pomo huntsman pulled me into the chair next to him and buckled me in place with what I can only describe as unnecessary viciousness. I remained silent.
I mean, I'm intruding upon whatever it is that they're doing.
All the hunters were warmly outfitted, heavily armed, and grim-faced. The hum reached a crescendo, and there was a stomach-churning crunch as the room detached from the ice walker and pitched into the air. It was a gyrocopter masquerading as a ready room.
Jesus. All right.
Lads, it's gone wrong.
it is gone wrong.
But hey, what you gonna do? What
Let's
can
have a look. Let's lean towards the observation windows.
Yeah. Well,
a
what's
slash
going
of
on?
pale sky, roiling ice sharded ocean? What was that? Zutalor! There she blows, isn't what you English say when you spot a whale?
I am not English.
And the repetition of that commonplace made me feel a little better. One of Monsieur Mezensky's hunters shouting a phrase in Russian. There was a scramble. A hunter opened a hatch in the ceiling and clambered up to man the mounted harpoon. Another shouted out the direction and the heading of the whale to the pilot. So, do you come here often? What are we doing?
Well, I mean, I feel like if we get involved, things will probably go very wrong.
Our personality by now is organized. So, I think we know what we're doing.
Okay.
Does it say here at all? Nope.
Huh.
So, what do you want to do?
What can I do to help?
Sure. All right.
Nothing. Now shut up and stay out of the way.
Oh.
Huh.
Well.
I could see.
The white whale.
The white whale, flashing its mighty tail. There was a hiss of a harpoon launcher. Shout!
I mean,
Have we fucked it or have we not?
let's not fuck it, lads.
A shout of triumph! Hurrah! Our craft shuddered and swung. The instrument spun wildly. The harpooner had hit home. A thick rope cable connected us to our quarry.
Seems like a really bad idea.
It thrashed in pain, jerking us along with it as its blood darkened the water.
We did it.
Like what the? I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about the second. Wait,
We did it! The hunters, if anything, looked grimmer than ever and tightened their buckles. Another harpoon hiss, a roar of pain, and suddenly we were not simply flung, but tumbling along the sky.
Well,
Brace yourself, lads. I braced my feet against the chair legs and put my head between my legs, preparing for a crash landing. Major Mazensky was shouting commands at his team of hunters. A scream penetrated through my haze of dizziness, and I looked up in time, see one of the harpooners miss his grip and fall away.
oh no.
No!
Rip. Wow.
Oh fuck! I'll actually follow
Can't
up.
believe he's fucking dead.
Can't I believe he's fucking dead? A tiny black dot against sea and sky. I heard Major Mazensky say fuck and try and unbuckle his belt. His eyes on the ceiling hatch.
Oh no.
Do we
I feel
let
like
the
I'm gonna-
well-trained captain take the place? Or do we do it with
do
our
we do it?
69 health?
Well. But he's also. Well, he's not actually piloting the thing.
No, he's just an
But see,
overall
if
command, so he
we-
needs to see what's happening.
If we successfully do it, then we will be heroes.
I feel like the word if is carrying a lot of weight.
It's too much weight. It's too much weight. I'm scared.
I mean, we've already hit 2 harpoons. How difficult could it be? Let's, the whale's already gonna die. We need like just one more
Lunge.
harpoon.
Launched for the ladder first.
Let's go. Let's do it. You know, go big or go home.
And he was so astonished that he did
Oh,
not
no.
pull me back until it was too late. See, there we go. It's logical.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
We
He was
are-
needed below to organize and command.
Yeah, if we're organised, then we know this. He was needed below
Yeah.
to organise and command. I had acted out of pure practicality. I could always hear my dear maman's voice in my head, lamenting my flair for the dramatic.
My God, we're gonna do it.
The Arctic wind burned my cheeks, and the salt spray from the sea was quickly soaking my mittens. Fucking mittens. And I clung to the harpoon and swung it to aim it at the whale.
Oof.
We could give up now.
I mean, I feel like we've gone too far. But I feel like there are two ways this could go, right? We take the time to steady ourselves and somehow.
There are
things
many
go
ways
wrong.
this could go.
Or we loose the bolt quickly and things go wrong.
Number one, take our time. No rush.
All right, let's do it.
The harpoon flew forth, striking the beast in his very vitals. Blood gushed out a great gout. It keened once more and rolled over. The harpoon cable went talking. There was a terrific jerk. As though through smoke glass or smeared camera lens, I saw my mittened hand slip on the lever. I felt rather than heard a scream tear itself out of my throat as I plummeted through the air into the dark, freezing ocean below.
I think. I think.
Pass for two. Not again.
Not again.
No, again.
This seems bad. I think.
Nah, see, it's fine. Fog?
Take this particular fog. As you do. And wait, so how are we?
You goat-faced idiot! I was only
I'm
going to
dead.
close the bloody hatch. There was no need to harpoon the beast again.
Oh, I'm not dead.
I'm not dead. No, nice. That's unexpected.
You very nearly killed yourself is what you did, bloody civilian. Next time, leave the harpooning to the harpooners.
I mean, yeah. Like,
Yeah, good call.
good call. Yes, sir.
Don't get any ideas. I still think you're a fucking idiot. We've got to fight the tiredness and look around to confirm the kill.
Yeah, we've got to confirm the kill.
I thought I saw my master's still drawn face, but I was sound asleep before I could even call it out. The Ice Walker, I noted, was moving once more.
All's well that
We
ends
did it.
well.
We did it, everybody.
Fog?
Bug. We're actually keeping the stealth up.
A set of mechanical pincers emerged from the back of the Ice Walker, grabbed up the whale's carcass from the water and pulled it into its gaping maw. The artificers told me that it would be processed for fuel on our journey ever north.
Let's check it out.
I want to observe more closely, standing on one of the metal walkways above the rendering station. It was as though the Ice Walker itself was consuming the whale. A vast array of pipes pierced into the corpse, sucking out the whale oil in great heaving gulps. The long blades whirred and sliced, chopping blubber away from the meat. The crew...
Kettles.
What's inside the singing kettle? Indeed. In great troughs, rendering it down in kilns, which smoked fiercely. It was...
Strangely marvelous.
It's actually
Marvelous.
marvelous, but I just want to say I love grotesquerie.
strangely marvellous, concept of machine and man which was both elegant and practiced. I could not stop thinking about it, even as I lay in my berth that night, and the smell of oil and blood chased me into my dream.
Yes, oil and blood.
I love oil and blood. Monsieur Jokanen! I need to know about the North Pole. See, you
Yes.
cannot rely on compasses near the North Pole.
Okay, well we're not going to St. Petersburg.
Imagine if we did, though.
No.
Gastown.
Gas
Where's
Town!
Gastown?
Did you know? Collectors in New Orleans will pay extremely well from harmonicas for Gastown. But tell me, you are enjoying the Ice Walker, I hope.
I mean, it's fast.
It is both fast and strange.
It is Le Fast.
It's rapido.
Dexterity.
Now.
Now that is a measure. Honestly,
It's gonna drop us off.
only Honolulu is like kinda west from where we started.
Yokohama.
Oh yeah.
You go to Japan.
Reykjavik would count.
Yeah, if we wanted to go west.
Is it possible to travel from the North Pole to No idea! But now I've heard it said there were dinosaurs in Iceland. But it can't be true.
It can't be true. No way. Impossible.
I didn't see any when I was there, so.
Yeah.
Major Fogg had managed to find himself a whist partner from among the artificer's ranks. It was an arcane talent of his, and one.
A whist.
Greatly envied.
Whist.
Greatly
It's a
envied.
card game.
Ah, okay.
Oh yeah. If only I could so easily find contentment, me. The fellow in question was a youth of barely 20, handsome enough in a pallid sort of mode, and apparently some sort of meteorological prodigy.
I did not like the way he looked at my master.
Oh no.
And set myself to watch their game closely. No doubt,
He had designs on my
Designs
master.
on my master.
with his little coy looks and his eyelash flutters and
Oh, no.
unsubtle metaphors
Oh, no.
about hydrostatic pressure gauges. I fixed my gaze on the artificer and barely blinked until the game was finished and he took his oily smile ulteriorly motively leaved. The Major Fogg gave me a long, perhaps bemused look as we made ready for retire.
Look,
It said
we have to
nary a
protect our
word.
Masters, you know, something.
Ah, there you are, Passepartout. Would you like to come up in the balloon with me this afternoon? We need some meteorological readings. We could make a picnic of it.
I mean, the last time we went into the air, everything was fine.
Agree.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
Hey, Passepartout.
Hey.
Hey, Passepartout! I have right here a picnic basket. You wanna go up into this meteorological balloon?
Oh no.
I agreed fervently.
We like the guy. He's alright.
Rather glad of his company. An hour later, we were climbing the swinging rope with a picnic basket ladder up to the severed balloon. I shivered and resisted the urge to look down. We were a long way up, but I could not help but recall my recent terrifying fall from the whale hunter's gyrocopter. Major Jokunen pulled himself up into the gondola and extended a hand.
I mean,
Let him help.
yeah, let him help.
Let him help you out.
Let him touch you.
Alright, settle down.
But managed to catch my knee on the edge of his long coat and tumble us together in a heap.
Oh no!
Oh, goodness.
Ooh.
Oh no! Oh
Seems
no!
like a fallen for you, monsieur.
Oh no!
Call me Vitty, eh? Surely we know each other that well by now.
Well,
I set out the lunch of whale meat and oatmeal.
Delicious.
As prettily as I could given the circumstances. I even managed to scrounge up a little tallow candle for a touch of.
We've come this far now.
We have come this far now.
Then I went up to the observation deck and joined Vitty at the railing. The ice walker was still visible, our hulking shape belching dark smoke into the misty white. We were suspended in an endless sky in a moment of calmness.
I mean, yeah.
What's yeah?
Oh, just thank you.
Merci. Vitty cast me an almost shy smile and we ducked back down into the warmth for an amiable lunch.
Great.
And then nothing bad happened. And we all lived happily ever after.
Yeah.
Today, the Ice Walker's pilot threw a cloudberry pie at the chief
Wait,
navigator's
what?
face at lunch.
That's a waste of good pie.
An
Although I don't get
unconscionable
the
waste
euphemism.
of good pie, as well as necessary resources. The cloudberries were rationed out daily amongst the expeditions to prevent scurvy, given our lack of exposure to sunlight.
Well, I think we're shameless.
Oof, Rob.
We were a few degrees off course, and they each blamed the other.
We have a course.
We
No,
have-
no, that seems mean. Oh no.
Do you think we just looked at a compass and shout North Tally Ho?
Oh come on, let's not upset him further. Or her, sorry.
No. Surely not.
No.
Read them, double check them if you like. I gave you the correct headline. And I followed your instructions perfectly. Then how did we end up off course? Answer me that.
Oh no.
Perhaps it was sabotage.
I'm telling all of y'all. It's sabotage.
Uh-oh.
We're the only ones here. Think one of us did it?
Betrayal usually comes from within.
Let's not point fingers. Let's keep our wits about us and move forward. I am the best gentleman. Today,
Oh, by the way, I should say it's Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, everybody.
oh hey,
Who's
oh,
it?
Merry
Oh,
Christmas!
Oh!
Ho, ho.
It's Santa! Is that the North Pole? Santa! Get moving! It's Christmas!
We're almost there.
God, this is actually almost thematically like appropriate.
Yeah.
And if I hadn't spent like a few hours of the stream playing EU4, we'd have been there by now. What are we doing
Almost
today?
there.
Investigate.
We've been well. Okay, we can investigate, or I mean, we have been neglecting Esther. I do like the idea of
Needs to help.
investigating. The thing is, we're gonna find the saboteur, and then the saboteur.
If
or
we just
find
let the saboteur fuck us up, we might have a few more days of rest.
Right. Fine.
I don't know, I don't know what we did.
Or we could go for another date with good old Viddy. But
Investigate.
no, I like. Okay, let's go with Nero's suggestion. Let's
Very,
investigate.
very, very, very. What was your suggestion, Nero?
Investigate.
Do you?
Oh.
Want to go up to the meteorological measuring balloon? So, everyone can see the navigational charts. And the instruments are very delicate and complex. So any of them could malfunction. So how do we proceed? Via social engineering or base bribery?
Bribe.
I think yeah.
I bribed an apprentice engineer. Keep his eye out for something unusual, trying to shake the feeling that I'd just thrown money down a lightless, echoing well.
Hooray.
I actually gained in fog health.
Bobcoin.
Fog coin.
An inconsequential sort of day.
Mining fog coin.
Did someone accidentally release robot spiders? Did we just daydream? Or was the porridge a little bit off?
I dreamed of Arctic turn.
Let's dream of the turns. Yeah.
Flying in an esoteric formation, their wings flapping to a rhythm I could not decipher.
Spiders.
One of the artificers accidentally, you just have a bunch of like a pack of little spider-like automatons, and then you just fucking yeet them out. It happens.
Yeah.
What pleasure it must be to ascribe meaning to these signs, but I fear they meant nothing at all. Today, I can't wait for it to be today we just fucking died.
today we died. Game over. Let's check out the navigation stuff.
Just to say hello.
Yeah.
A blazing row with the chief navigator.
Shall I bring a
Shall I
pie?
bring a pie? Yeah, their weapon of choice.
With 2.5 degrees off course. Again, this never happens to me. Of course not, because you're perfect, aren't you, Camilla?
Damn.
So it's definitely sabotage.
Definitely sabotage.
It's not definitely anything. The instruments are unreliable this close to the pole. You think I haven't accounted for magnetic interference? You swine!
I kind of want to run away.
I mean,
It might be best.
yeah, it might be best. I feel like
Although,
I'd
although,
like to stop them, but
yeah, although maybe it's better if like the navigator and the pilot don't.
don't kill each other.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
what
I'll
if they
kill
just
each other.
resolve their differences
That's true.
and we fucked it?
Mm.
Right. Next person to say one, we do it.
The pressure is on.
Or I just choose it in like 5 seconds.
Run away.
I immediately went
away.
from 5 to 3, so I fucked it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's run away.
A wise, if not particularly noble course of action. Later at dinner, I heard a rumour that the chief navigator had actually broken the pilot's nose. Incroyable!
See, that could have been us.
What a strange expedition this was turning out to be. Yeah, the broken nose and not the ice walker to the North Pole.
Yeah. Well.
90 health. 90 fog coin. Disaster has
Doing
struck.
pretty well. Oh. We've run out
Today
of
we
time.
died.
We died.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Wait, what?
The ice
Oh,
walker
The sabotage.
has been destroyed.
Well. Oops.
At least Mr. Folk is alive.
Yeah.
Still, only barely.
Oh damn. Well.
I remember that bit. That's why I've been, mining fog coins.
I see.
It seems certain we will die here.
I wonder if this always happens.
Only not yet. There's too much to do. I feel somewhat below par.
Fog. Might keep mining that fog coin. Okay, so now we're just walking.
I gained a little warmth in my fingers by putting them into compacted snow, enough to write.
Alright, do we find out what happened on the ice walk? Or do we...
I kind of want to know.
On the Ice
Yeah.
Walker, nobody knows what happened. The stars have struck in the middle of the night.
I could not help but remember Monsieur Andre's bittern.
And wonder if that man had placed a bomb upon our craft and set us Let us set out towards our deaths. The artificers blame boiler explosions and cascade reactions. The endless pointless debate on the matter is distracting. Though heaven knows we need distractions.
Oh, what are the failsafes?
What the failsafes?
How did Viddy buddy, you let us down?
They activated, saving us.
There you go.
A series of pneumatic escape tubes that shot us. And pieces of equipment, crates, suitcases, all hurtling as far from the sinking wreck as possible.
He did his best.
Grateful.
It was best and I was grateful for that. But Viti seemed to feel responsible for our situation, and has lapsed into dark, brooding silences as he looks around our cobbled together camp, or at our ever dwindling stock of food. I can write no more. Too cold.
Everything's gonna be okay.
With Fogcoin.
Fogcoin. Oh dear.
Madame Juho, glared up at the sky, muttered, "Back at this." Wrapped on our snowshoes, and began walking out into the whiteness.
I mean,
Stay,
Yeah, I
we
don't
could
know.
at least eat you when you die. I called after her, but she did not look back. Looked around at the thinned, iced, rimmed faces of the other survivors and wondered how long it would be before another one of us gave up. Simply gave up, walked out into the snow.
it won't be me.
Won't be
No
me.
way.
I swore it would not be me and held that promise close to my chest and fooled myself that it warmed me. I looked down at my master's too pale and shivering form and tried desperately to think of how I might help him.
Oh.
Ooh. Right.
Actually,
Right,
we've got two
right.
good options here. Because Mrzensky, thinks us an idiot.
But a noble one.
Yeah, a noble idiot.
Right.
But we
Right.
did bribe
Right.
that guy.
We
Yeah,
might
alright.
we might have both of them.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Let's go for the
Right.
bribe. We bribed that guy.
Pressing a vial of thick tonic into my hands. It'll help your master heal. Take it.
Thanks. It was like, why? Because
Yeah.
you bribed me.
It seemed kindness was to be found even at the edges of the world, past the point of human endurance.
Hooray.
What if it's poison? Oh, actually, no. Oh, shit. That actually healed.
The sky was ablaze when I awoke. Spectacular streamers, it was me. Spectacular streamers of emerald green and bruised purple and flush pink. Aurora Borealis. It is magnificent. It seemed to me as though the sky itself.
At this time of year, in this part of the country, all contained within this incredible Arctic, wilderness. All right.
All contained above this level of latitude.
All right,
That
never
gives
give
us
up.
hope.
Never give up. Never surrender. The thought of
Painted
seeing
in
him-
coruscating colours across the horizon, it seemed the prospect of death makes me sentimental.
Oh.
I no longer truly remember what it is like to be warm. Perhaps I have never truly been so. The memories seem so fragile. They spin away like dust, like snow. There's only ever been this. Cold that has not enough mercy to numb, a wind that howls like a pack of wolves on the hunt.
All right, you're right. We can ask Mrzensky.
I asked Monsieur Mizensky to help me, and he offered a thick fur from the Pomo bags.
Hey.
Keep Fog warm, he said roughly. It'll help.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. I mean,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Merci.
I feel like let's not push. We're getting a lot of help here. We don't need to beg for more. Fog point. No fog. Everything's gonna be fine.
I thought of Mammon today.
Her strength or her smile?
Her strength as she picked me up, it is inspiring, and flung me into the air. I was 33 years old. The surety I had that she would catch me once more. I wondered what she would do. Tossed out into the stark and barren landscape.
Grind her fists into her eyes. What?
Stop the tears? Would she conjure up sunlight with her bare hands? Mammon, if by some strange and wild chance you should come to read this. Tell any other children you meet to avoid
That's a
balloting.
comedy option.
It is, I feel, entirely to blame for this sorry end of mine. Think of me with love,
Yes.
as I am thinking of you, now in this endless Arctic night. While I still had strength, I was determined to provide succor to Monsieur Fogg.
We
Had
have
some alcohol in our possession. I brought out
Alcohol
the
actually
rum
lowers
and
your
offered him a
body
slug.
temperature. It's not good.
The liquid trickled between cracked lips and made him cough darkly, but it seemed to bring a little colour to his cheeks. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers?
I mean, maybe not, because then we can save more.
Cheers.
Cheers. Fine.
Let's have a happy
It'll
end.
keep us going. Fog point. We haven't really gone anywhere.
Monsieur Fogg nearly lost 3 toes to frostbite. I have not been careful enough and I was not conscientious enough. The medic caught it in time. He will not lose them. Small victories will keep us going.
Yeah.
I will take them, each and every one. I was determined to aid Monsieur Fogg. But the crackers were useless. And the figs, long frozen.
Oh no. Well, should we? No.
There was no choice. There was nothing else I could do to help him, so I simply sang to him. As many soft nursery songs as my mind could recall. It helped not at all. Day 35, and we were not moving.
Fuck going.
Monsieur Fogg and I had been sleeping curled against each other since the disaster. I tried desperately to press some small warmth into his body.
Oh no. Oh no.
You sound so afraid for him.
I'm very afraid for him.
Right, yeah.
The barriers of propriety are strong, very nearly onto death. But I no longer dare spit lies into the face of death. Bit of a wanker, so we don't love him, do we?
Yeah.
Sure, he's our buddy.
Yeah, he's a buddy.
No, we love Viddy.
He is my true friend and more than a master. I would follow him to hell's very jaws, and indeed I have. Hell has no fire, hell is cold. If we survive, I will tear these pages out, I will burn them and burn these very thoughts from my mind. I'd be satisfied only to see him raise his left eyebrow and comment upon the temperature of the tea. I'm somewhat below par.
We're keeping him going. For now.
There's a strange black streak across the horizon. I can hear the others murmur. An airship, an airship! But I do not believe them. I cannot. A collective hallucination from people driven beyond hope, beyond reason, beyond bearing.
Amazing.
I do not truly believe until I see Madame Juho Standing on the deck.
We did it.
Need a ride?
We ain't gonna weep.
No.
I turn to Monsieur Fogg
cry, baby.
and smile. We are saved.
Hooray!
I'm pretty sure we died the last time we went to this on stream.
I thought it
Monsieur
was like
Fogg.
different.
Would you like a fig?
Death.
Oh, that didn't actually help him that much.
And how about a shave?
Or do we need? Well, all right. Does he also need biscuits?
We could save the biscuits.
We can save the biscuits. Let's save the biscuits.
So, to say what happened then. The injured, Monsieur Fogg included, were whisked away by the medics. We were wrapped in blankets with brisk efficiency and given steaming cups of broth. Madame Juho stood with an older man in a blue Sami Gakti and reindeer fur coat, their silhouettes framed by the observation windows.
How did you find this airship?
I asked. The man made a disgusted sound. If Elijah had done her duty correctly, you would not be here. I'm gonna say let's not accuse the guy who's just rescued us from certain death of sabotage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was supposed to make sure the expedition did not make it to the North Pole. Madame Juho responded evenly, fingering her copper lily brooch. I adjusted the instruments to push us off course, but I had nothing to do with the wreck.
Let's not antagonize. Let's just
Two.
yeah.
Why would you betray the artificers? I have other allegiances that come first to my people and family. All of which is Mudjuho, as you have failed resoundingly. I couldn't
Number
just
one.
let them die out there.
I applaud that decision, madame.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for
Passepartout,
letting us die.
this is my father, Iva Juho, Sami representative to the Council of Circumpolar Northern Peoples.
Wow.
We've arrived.
Let's look out the window. Is there a secret like steampunk paradise? Oh. God.
A city rose up
Yes. Yes.
out of the pale mist and ice, an alchemical dream of glass and copper and bone.
Whoa.
Here and
Lush
there,
tangles of trees.
impossibly lush tangles of trees and shrubs grew under domes of glittering ice-rimmed glass.
Interconnected tents of reindeer skin.
And carved whale's bone lined snow-packed streets. Frozen rivers were arced with delicate bridges of copper and zinc. The heart of the city was a vast, towering structure of steam boilers and copper pipes.
Yes.
Welcome to the North Pole, to the sacred
yes.
city of Kauswituk.
Great. We did it.
I'm pretty sure we got this far in at least one other playthrough.
It's Christmas!
Let's see
So
if Santa
here
is-
it is, Merry Christmas. This then is the North Pole.
See, maybe we did make it here, but I don't exactly. It might have been that time.
It's the North Pole, lads, what we did.
Well, we are going to write of it, sure.
Are we? Are we going to be that disrespectful?
I mean,
Yeah, we are, aren't we?
Yeah.
The city with streets of carved ice filled with a mixture of Arctic peoples.
First option, I think.
Many Sami, but also Siberian Nenets, tattooed Yupiks,
We're knowledgeable.
and Netziliks, Alaskan Inupiats, even some Buryats and Kante. We disembarked in a hobbling procession led by Monsieur Juho. People watched us as we passed, suspicion and fear in their faces.
Ah, I am French.
I kept my head high and proud, not wishing to let the churning discomfort I felt in my guts go on my face. It's not personal, you are the first outsiders to set foot here since the city's founding. Oof.
Privilege.
A privilege.
Yeah, that last one.
You mean you're thankful to be alive? Well, you're quite right. I had to beg my father to let you come.
Hmm.
One.
I heard the bitterness of old hearts and congealed resentment in her voice. It seemed her relationship with her people, her family, was not so simple as to be easily encompassed under the word duty.
Will you be in much trouble? Oh, she's in loads of trouble.
We'll tend to the injured and let you rest. Tomorrow, most likely, you'll be called to the council.
One.
The judgment? No matter. At least we're alive.
For now.
I claimed a bed heaped with furs and blankets after being chased from Monsieur Fogg's bedside by a sharp-tongued doctor.
I do like the nice touch that as we spent the night, the sky changed. Anyway.
Do we look for answers or do we look for escape?
We do need to figure out where we're going after this.
We're going around the world.
We are going around the world after all.
But there were no roads, rails, no airship docks. This was a place happy to be disconnected, self-reliant. Food was grown in heated chambers and waste was compacted and then sunk through holes in the ice. Surely our long journey would not end here as citizens of a strange new place. I have to say, if this society is completely cut off, I'm not sure what we've got to bribe with.
Yeah, it's like what would we even bribe with?
Yeah.
Like crackers? Have we still got?
Yeah,
Shortbread?
We do still have crackers and apples. I think.
Shortbread?
we've got shortbread.
I mean,
Well, how many
shortbread
apples
is
do you think they get here?
shortbread is pretty dope.
Yeah. Well, I feel like bribing a local might just get us in.
Yeah, if we're gonna face the council,
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we try to stay on their good side.
Number one.
Yeah.
he was in the midst of a heated argument with the navigator who is not letting her broken nose get in the way of a good harangue. We can be circumspect, we can be direct. We can be direct, nosy and pushy. I too have some questions. Or
I mean,
I think we're going to be respectful
I think so.
and also eavesdrop. I thought we were colleagues, friends. Interfered with my instruments.
Oh.
I had a compelling reason.
Well, we know the reason. The reason is that we're not allowed to go to the north.
Yeah.
So maybe we just figure out how we get out of here.
Just tell me how we may leave this place. I will not do that, but the council will meet. Let them decide your fate. And mine.
Oh dear.
Good gracious, this is rather more strenuous than I anticipated, old boy.
Has he been losing health while we're...
Yeah,
That sucks.
it's going up and down. No, got the cowboy bits. Should have gone for bribery.
Could have bribed him with cowboy boots.
Yeah.
We should have done the bribery.
The council met against the towering steam boilers in the heart of the city, both literal and figurative. 15 men and women sat in simple chairs of sinew and fur, drawing their authority from the technological marvel which they commanded. The survivors of the expedition were gathered, and I saw familiar faces among them. The chief engineer and pilot jostling, Monsieur Mazensky and his Pomo hunters, glaring and gaping in equal measure.
Let us stand with Fogg.
It's to depart with Monsieur Fogg, who was rather irate that the doctors had taken his clothes and garbed him in Sami fashion. I was no artificer, and I did not want to be taken as one. Monsieur Juho stood and silence rippled out. He spoke a commanding sentence in... Was that Turkish?
Turkish?
Turkish? Background lore, a lot of the artificers are Turkish from the Ottoman Empire,
Oh,
which is still here. And you find that out if you go to...
Turkey?
Yeah, that'll do it. Izmir, I think.
Okay.
I think it's rather unlikely that we'll make it to Izmir at this point.
Yeah, right.
What we doing?
I mean, is there any reason not to say we don't understand? Pizza.
They might be getting to us next.
English? Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Let's just go on. Let's go. See.
Madame Juho elbowed me sharply. Pay attention!
Can you interpret for me?
Madame Juho translated the councillor's words. This was founded for one purpose, for the Circumpolar peoples to learn and develop the technologies of steam and oil and automata. To make them our own before they destroy our homes, our culture, our way of life.
A grand plan.
A clever plan. We've seen what happened to the Native Americans, to the First
Yeah.
Peoples, to the Kazakhs and the Buryats. We will not let it happen to us. They erupted in argument, stealing whatever response I fought to give.
Wow.
Are they
What are they
arguing?
arguing about?
Yeah. What's going on?
The council wants to stay isolated and keep all of you prisoner. The shamans are voting with them for a change, but the progressives recently discovered more oil and natural gas in the Barents Sea and are petitioning for the right to hire outside drilling experience, so they're voting against isolation. And the international unionists have been looking for an excuse to start throwing their weight around.
International unionists.
Oh yes, they want a nation of circumpolar peoples tied together any lands that fall within the Arctic Circle. We're not more Arctic than we are Russian or Finnish or Laplander, are we not? What's a Muscovite truly know of winter?
Nations are not built on similarity alone.
If they succeed, then we'll be at war with half the world. I'm too practical to court war. For now.
Damn.
There was a sudden hubbub and a loud announcement. I heard some of the expeditioners gasp and tremulous smiles on a few faces.
I allowed myself a moment of hope.
Perhaps the decision had been made in our favour?
Oh no!
But Madame Juho's expression was blank. Passepartout. I'm sorry.
Well,
What did they say?
or... Well, okay.
You will be our guests until the council is ready to announce itself to the world.
Demand the
Ooh.
chance to plead our case.
For a moment, Madame Juho considered my words and then she shook her head. I've seen your
Oh,
tongue in
no.
action, Passepartout. I have no doubt you might convince the council to do something against its interests. I will not help you. Not again.
No. Oh no.
A set of guards began herding us back to our lodgings and I threw myself on a pallet. This, it seemed, was to be the end of our great adventure.
No. We must fight. We must escape.
I awoke in the semi-dark to find my master shaking my shoulder.
Hug.
Hug. Hug.
Hug.
I seized him in an impulsive hug, rather overwrought by the disastrous events of our polar expedition so far. He placed a finger to his lips, and at his unspoken command, I quietly gathered up our bags and followed him into the ice-packed streets. We're not staying here, Passepartout. We have a wager to win, and this is our way out.
Well, we're gonna sneak aboard. We're not commandeering anything.
What about your long-standing dream to escape the Arctic Circle in an airship? Shall we sneak aboard, monsieur? We will remain hidden till we are away from this place, and then adjust our plans to emergent circumstances.
Uh-huh.
We will improvise.
Yeah.
Quite so. Which airship shall we aim for?
Oh no. The big decision.
Now, genuinely, this is a big
I hope-
decision.
I hope this is like actually a coin flip in the sense that I hope that there's no that it's not consistent which one is which, because that would be really
I think it's consistent.
damn it.
I don't know which one is which. If you really wanted to, you could look it up right now.
No.
Exactly.
That's cheating.
Right, Solus, I'm
Okay, should I
gonna
get a coin?
Solus, I'm gonna assign a number in my head to each
Okay.
option. You
Okay.
pick a number.
Wait. How? Uh.
It's like
I
one
don't-
or two.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah,
We
you
need
needed to clarify that bit.
a- Okay, yeah. I was like 50. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so one or two. Okay. Okay. Two.
I forgot which way around I had it.
No, damn it, Nero. Also, Nick, what were you showing?
That was a coin flip app that didn't show.
We're
Lots,
going-
right, let's all vote. Lots is watching along in Discord. Hello. He has said left.
Oh, I see.
Hello, lots. I think left was what was the result of my thing that I didn't really remember.
I'm gonna say right.
Oh.
Oh no, he knows something.
I don't. I legit don't. Shoba123 in Twitch chat says right.
That's Sarah, by the way.
Oh, lovely.
Oh.
There we go. Are you're gonna vote right now, are you? Left,
I
right.
mean.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Nero, was that a vote for the left?
Yeah, I voted left.
Okay, wait. So we've got.
We've got 2 votes each.
Okay.
You are the deciding vote.
So Solus is essentially.
It's all up to me. All right, let's go right. Let's go right.
Oh fuck.
What did I vote for?
You voted for right.
Oh, good. Yeah, hell yeah.
Goddamn right wins again. Story of 2019.
Oh,
I
no.
felt immeasurably better for having made a decision, however arbitrary. Well
I
done.
mean, hey, they did win, so.
Let us depart.
And where does this take us? Oh, hey, sure.
Fucking yeah!
Yeah. Wait, where would it have taken us otherwise?
You don't want to know.
Okay. St. Petersburg. Alright, nailed it.
It's Winnipeg, you idiot.
Nice. Going to Canada.
Monsieur Fogg and I devised a simple plan to sneak aboard the airship. We...
Oh no.
I
I
mean,
feel like...
we can't speak Turkish. We can't speak, you know,
Right.
Sami.
Yeah, I don't think we can pretend to be crew. Like
If
that.
we hid in the crates, we
convincingly.
could get squished.
Squished
I mean-
together.
He's a friend. We decided that.
Oh yeah.
I think we need to hide. I don't think we can
We wedged ourselves
successfully pull off.
into a pair of supply crates and found ourselves carried aboard by willing hands. Once aside, I found us a warm, if cramped, hiding place near the boiler rooms. I breathed a sigh of relief as we felt the airship loose its tethers and take us to the skies. Traveling once more.
Hooray!
That was easy.
We continue to mine fog coin. Uh-oh.
We were awoken by a series of loud raps against the door of our hiding place. Please come out. We know you're there.
Never.
Although, oh, come on, you don't want to join.
Never.
Your pronunciation is really atrocious. Don't worry, you're safe with us.
Hooray.
A middle-aged Nanette woman stood at the head of a small troop of guards. I'm Captain Aina Vanuito, and you two are aboard of my beautiful ship.
Oh, she's a wondrous vessel indeed.
Yar. We're
We're
pirates.
talking
Isn't
about
she?
accent.
She is the most aerodynamic ship we've ever built.
We boarded a vessel illegally. We're pirates.
Oh, the lines of her hull are quite remarkable.
Oh, you're really too kind.
She strips the ship. Great.
Where are we going, and is it around the world?
Yeah, where are we going? And is it around the? Because we're going around the world.
Because, funny coincidence, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
Where, pray tell, is our destination? I see no need to alter our course, do you?
Canada.
Canada.
Or indeed not. I do like the Canada.
We might arrive by day 44 and the thought of our wager being possible returned like a warm glow. Well, then let's get you a proper cabin and a good meal. It's roast seal tonight and cooks an absolute marvel with seal. That night I remembered to adjust the pocket watch as we had crossed the international date line and gained ourselves a day.
Gotta love seal. That doesn't taste that good.
Yeah, lots. I realised that it wasn't the route I thought we had. Don't look at what Lots has posted.
Too late. I only.
Oh no, it
barely-
is random.
Yeah.
And it didn't used to be. That was it. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Well, not
I do
random,
like
but
that,
based on
actually.
seed,
That
not.
sounds good. That
yeah.
sounds good.
Acrid spirits. I'm going to get some acrid spirits.
I think I may also get some acrid spirits. I will be right back.
Is Gastown bad? Gastown is Vancouver, so of course it's bad.
Solos is away as well, by the way.
Oh, fuck. I was just gonna get like a bottle of rum and take like the tiniest sip out of it.
Oh well, Solar's heard the call of booze and he's off.
The call of boozy. Is that him banging about in the background?
Yeah, probably, because I heard it too, and if it wasn't you, then yeah, must be.
All right, I've returned with a glass of rye whiskey and a.
I'm
Nice.
terrible with fucking spirits, man. Jesus Christ.
Aw.
I had like the slightest amount of that rum.
Oh, this rye is really good.
Pathetic. Anyway, we're taking sips.
We're sipping.
I
Stay
did
sipping.
indeed feel my throat catch fire. I felt as though my head had been shattered and hastily reconstituted. My tongue was entirely breathlessly numb.
Ah, strong stuff.
What stuff?
I think I'm gonna bow out at this point, guys. I'll keep on watching.
There it
but
is.
All right.
I probably won't talk. I'll watch on my tablet, so I'll be with you in spirit.
It's 1 a.m. and you've been up since like fucking.
I know.
Yeah. Totally understand.
Thank you very much for joining
Merry
this Christmas tradition.
Christmas, one and all. Ho 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 ho
Merry
ho.
Christmas.
Santa.
Bob.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah.
See you later. All right.
Because it's just us and bottles of rum and getting blackout drunk.
Yeah, that's
Or
right.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. No, not this time.
Oh, it's like we're legit close to doing this. We've made it to
Getting
America.
blackout drunk. All right. Let's see.
Do you have a husband or a wife, Captain?
Hmm?
I think asking about Canada is probably.
Yeah,
The
let's
best bet.
figure out what's going on with Canada.
We sell technology to the First Peoples in exchange for news and gossip, eh? The council is cautious, but they understand the value of accurate information.
You trust them to keep your secret?
It's better to cultivate allies now rather than pretend that we can stay hidden forever, which is why I vote with the progressives.
Uh-huh. A lefty.
And then people started fucking fighting because it's a pirate ship and...
A lefty, but she was on the right.
The outline of the coast of Hudson Bay loomed grey and barren through the observation windows. We're here already!
Wow, we made it.
Our ships are the fastest in the air. Not that the rest of the world knows anything of it. Good luck, Passepartout! God, before day 44 as well.
We made it. Hell yeah.
What could we sell in Winnipeg?
Yeah. Surely there's something. I guess not.
There's nothing particular that we can sell. I just wanted some binoculars.
Yeah. Binoculars are nice.
From Winnipeg, we can go 3 ways to Winnisk? What the fuck is any of this?
I think we go to Chicago. Chicago.
Chicago.
Get ourselves some nice deep dish pizza.
It all began when my master and I turned a street corner in Winnipeg and found ourselves directly in the path of a galloping horse with no rider to
Shit.
control it.
Let's not die here, lads.
It'd be pretty funny.
It would be pretty funny.
And that is why we prepared to grab the reins as it passed. No doubt the horse had merely been frightened and would respond to a calming touch.
Jesus, Nick, what have you done?
As the stallion drew close, I could see his eyes rolling wildly, lips pulled back to display yellowing teeth and foam dripping from the bridle.
Jesus. I mean, let's do it. Let's flex our hands. I mean, no, I don't know if we should bare our teeth spot. I feel like horses probably aren't going to respond to that. I don't think that's a good idea.
I bared my own teeth in response, squaring my shoulders. I'm prepared to intimidate the animal into surrender. I was the valet to an English gentleman. It would take more than a crazed iron hoof beast to frighten me. I would have no doubt been crushed into a passe-partout paste beneath iron hooves, but thankfully, Monsieur Fox seized me by the collar and dragged me backwards with not a second to spare. I swear, I felt the heat of the horse's fetid breath on my face. Well, that was dramatic.
Indeed so, monsieur. Indeed.
But we were not done yet. Moments later, the ground began to shake and a cloud of dust, oh god, and a clatter of hooves resolved into a posse of red-coated mounted police. Sorry lad, you haven't seen by chance a runaway horse go past, eh?
Let's not insult the horse. Maybe it is one of their horses.
How did you come to lose it? Alfred here is just a bit out of training. I think he's a bit afraid of horses, eh?
Oh no. Poor Alfred.
Poor Alfred.
Maybe it's simply that horse. Or we could give it an encouraging smile. No, okay.
Maybe so. Staff Sergeant James MacLeod at your service.
Oh no. No, wait. I mean, we can't not. When provided the opportunity. But I feel like it would be a little bit rude. Going around the world.
That's the best one.
I think that's the best one that we've ever seen. So.
And you are?
Going around the world.
Going around the world, I said reflexively. Then coughed. That is to say, my master and I are going around the world.
Yeah.
Are you
Let's go
indeed?
America.
Well, how about that, eh? I told him that we plan to make our way.
Let's go to America. I mean, unless if we stay to London by any means.
Ah, well, the train from Winnipeg to Chicago is really reliable. You could do worse, eh?
There you go. Oh, we're not suave.
We parted ways soon after. The staff sergeant had a horse to chase after, and as always, my master and I had a journey to plan.
Amazing.
You're quite the flamboyant type, I see. So we could, like, take the train to New York, the Canadian Pacific Railway.
Oh, Chicago would take quite a. Oh.
We can negotiate Chicago to arrive Monday, but that's still 6 days.
6 days, yeah.
Whereas that isn't. Or we can
Wait,
go
is
like,
New York actually Saturday this week.
ooh, minus 50 for the car across the Hudson Bay.
Let's not do that one. We've spent enough time in the far north. I think we should, like, you know, make our way into warmer territory.
I mean, from New York.
Okay, so New York would be the most direct route. And then that takes us to Reykjavik. And as we go to Chicago, we'll probably just go anyway. Oh. Oh.
But it cannot be true.
It cannot be true. Is there any other way we could get across the Atlantic? I guess you could go south and go like across to.
I mean, you got Ponte Delgado. You have. I can't imagine that you'd start in London and then go down. Maybe Dakar, Freetown, Porto Novo.
Okay.
So what we doing?
So, I mean, if we really want to win, it seems like New York, Reykjavik, London is probably like our fast.
It's like, that's a guaranteed route.
Yeah. That is guaranteed.
I would... Well, I don't know how much it costs as well.
Yeah. I mean, we've got shitloads of money, so hopefully that's fun.
And it
I mean, I'm
departs
tempted
tomorrow
to do...
at 10, so we wouldn't be able to look at the market.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
market
we could
opens
do it.
7.
Oh, we can do it. We can do it. Yeah. You know what? Let's just go to New York. New York.
New York? How you doing?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing like it does keep the cold frozen wastes a bit longer versus just immediately heading south.
We took a room and settled in.
We've got a lot of fog coin already. We've just spent a few hours walking around. Oh, of course. Of course. Every time. Brilliant.
Market opens well early in Winnipeg. I don't even have to fast forward this.
They're morning people. Bizarre.
Oh yeah, we've already been to the market anyway. Oh, we're not going to be able to sell our false teeth. This is terrible. New York, New York, on the Canadian Pacific Railway. New York, New York, chugga chug chug, it's that way.
Alright.
First time on the Canadian Pacific Railway.
Indeed it is.
The line runs from Gastown all the way to Ottawa, though you have to change it. Winnipeg is the first transcontinental railway in the Dominion of Canada.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Well, I mean...
We're going around the world! So this line will be most advantageous to us. The railway isn't owned by the government or a private company, but by the Blackfoot Conservancy. This is the First Nation territory, so no smoking, no liquor, no firearms, you hear?
Wow.
We have rum in our bag, so...
Oh, do we? Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Oh, fuck. I mean, how do we not?
Imagine if we don't get it out on the train, it might be... Or, like, display it. But imagine if we got arrested for having rum. And then
Shit.
that's... And,
Oh, no.
and then it's just...
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what fucks us over. I'd be well up for that. Yes, madame.
Yes, madame.
Woo woo.
Alright.
What's the news? Fog said to have cost Dateline by cheating.
Yeah, by cheating.
I could almost taste the snow in the air, though the heat of the steam boiling out from the engines kept all of us passengers warm as we headed towards Ottawa. Greetings, Monsieur Fleet. New York! New York to Atlanta? But what about New York to literally anywhere else?
Yeah,
None of these.
none of these. I don't know.
Is there a route from New York to Miami? Who cares? Who the fuck cares? Ah, New York to Ponta Delgada.
Oh, yeah. There you
Is it possible to go from New York to Ponta Delgada? Maybe.
Oh.
Good false teeth you get in Ponta Delgada, but we already have false teeth.
We already have false teeth.
Let's talk about bears. We're very frightened of bears. Are there any bears on this route? I have a particular fear of bears, if I'm quite honest.
Okay,
Ah,
mate.
bears. We have rather a lot of bears.
I'll be right back. I gotta do something real quick.
No probs. Aha, now I am in control. Gonna go to Dakar. No, we're not. But this is the Atlanta airline all the way to New York. Well, we don't need that. We're going to Ottawa. Suppose we could get out of Ottawa and probably go to Quebec. If we really wanted to. I find myself heading towards the engine room at the front of the train in the afternoon. The heat and churn of the machinery seems to call to me because, after all, it's always been my dream. Drive a train really fast. They checked gauges and cited instructions in Blackfoot. Copper lily symbols were pinned to their buffalo skin robes, which were thrown back in deference to the heat. I watched as patterns emerged among the seeming chaos. Smaller, slighter figures ran cold between stores and the shovelers. Artificers and assistants flashed signs at each other through the smoky gloom. Each man and woman operated as a cog in a well-oiled machine of the engine room. You want something, sir? We're suave. I'll delay a little bit here, but we're going with only the pleasure of your name, Mademoiselle. Very clearly. Look at an overview here. Hey, there we go. Hey, there we go. That's a whole lot of stuff. But yeah, to anyone still watching that choice of airship, I was under the impression that one went to Gastown and one went to Reykjavik. And I say I do want to end up in Reykjavik, just in case. There's something I slightly remember reading about. I'm not sure if I've ever done it, but I do kind of want to go to Reykjavik. But we'll see how it goes. Postcard. What's the time? Oh god. Only the pleasure of your name, Mademoiselle. It's Hewlett, city boy. Now run along before you get coal dust over your pretty clothes. My fellow shovelers hooted and catcalled, and I found a flush travelling unaccountably up my neck. Luckily, I was saved by the sound of the steam whistle. Woo! Announcing that we approached our destination. I mumbled my excuses and hurried back to Monsieur Fogg. Ottawa was in our sights. Now that's a choice. That's a big old choice. We can't see the planning screen from here, but we can see. We're here in Ottawa. We know Quebec City is around here. We know there's... Was that a bomb? Oh god. I'm not going to make myself any cocktails tonight because it's massively late. But the cocktails I make tomorrow be vaguely inspired by the Arctic, Europe, North America? No, they won't. Maybe they will, but they probably won't. failing all else, we'll be heading on to New York, New York. Are there any songs about New York? Who knows? I don't think so. They're notoriously small apples. We stayed aboard, intending to complete our long journey. Oh no, we're courageous, not suave. I fucked it. I've been looking at the newspaper for these ones, just to see if it's news about how we might move on from New York. The spur line of the Canadian Pacific Railway between Ottawa and New York had only opened recently. Everything gleamed, from the handles on the carriages to the buttons on the conductors' uniforms. Two sets of custom officials, Canadian and American, prowled the train, checking documents and giving each other dark looks. I chatted with the Americans, who seemed to regard the Canadian government officials as entirely British underneath the varnish, and therefore not to be trusted. Hello?
I'm back. Are we dead yet?
We're not.
We're not dead. All right.
We chatted up a coal shoveler and got laughed off.
Okay.
And then we had the choice between getting off the train at Ottawa or continuing on to New York.
Well, we're going to New York.
We're going to New York.
New York.
New York. How you doing?
I'm walking here. I'm going
Hey,
around the
hey,
world.
I'm going around the world. What you fucking take me for?
Exactly.
You think it's fucking funny? I'm going around the fucking world. I got lost on the way to the conveniences and found myself in the bustling kitchen carriage where they were preparing to serve luncheon. I'm putting in the roast for later. I sidled. Oh yeah, we're not suave anymore. I fucked it up.
Oh,
We're
no.
courageous.
Wait, how did we lose our
Because-
suavacity?
Because I tried to chat up the
Oh,
coal shoveler and it went badly, I think.
Okay.
So it was like, points for trying, you fucked it though.
No.
I sidled up next to...
If only I had been here to give you the right instructions.
Yeah. Who are we sidling up to?
Well. Why do we have to sidle up to somebody?
Because we got lost and we're in a kitchen. On a train. So we
Let's go for the lower classes.
sidle up to one of the undercooks who was trying
Yeah.
to keep out of sight of the head cook and his imposing split horn headdress. The undercook gave me a sympathetic look as the head cook glared at both of us. Don't mind him, he used to be a war leader before he started running the railway.
Whoa.
He still puts on war paint before dinner service.
At least you'll be prepared if you're attacked.
Oh, he won't be the only one. Half the waiters used to be warriors back in the day. And the rest of us could probably hold our own. So Kanon, stop chatting to the passengers and mind the business. How do you actually pronounce that? Who knows? An embarrassing lack of culture.
Béarnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Béarnaise.
So mayonnaise, but made out of... Luckily, the steam whistle blew, announcing the train's imminent arrival at New York railway station, and I slipped away before the formidable head cook shanghaied me into waiter service. We had a city to explore, after all. No departures today, we should explore a little. Oil paints, hand mirror, false passport.
Why
All
do we
our
need a
options.
false passport?
And from New York, we can go to...
Is one of them just gonna go straight to London?
Reykjavik and London.
Hell yes. Oh no! Naturally.
I was pickpocketed in New York, but at this point, I had fucking learned my lesson and fought back. Surely. And I brought the little thief to the floor with a clatter.
Oh no.
The little thief looked up at me with thick lashed eyes. I realised belatedly that the thief was a young girl, barely 10.
Oh, what the fuck?
I realised I released my grip slightly, and she took the opportunity to curse in a thick Irish accent and bite me.
Wait.
What we did.
Well, I feel like holding on is. We might get bit again. Like, what are we trying to do here?
Not get pickpocketed again.
Not get pickpocketed.
We're courageous now, though.
We are courageous.
I don't know what effect. I'm not sure that has like any effect.
Look, let's hold on. Let's get this girl's story.
I held on, despite the inconvenience, and finally she grinned at me, teeth stained by my precious life's blood. I'll done, little vampire. But nah. Oh yeah. Hello. I can't do an Irish accent. After all
Can't
these
do
years, I find.
Irish.
What's it to you? I looked down at my bloody arm. Truly, it was a salutary lesson not to let my guard down in strange climes.
Don't steal again? Question mark.
Don't steal again?
Don't do it.
Don't steal again.
Don't steal again.
She agreed that she would not ever again, cross her heart, though her expression was shifty. I relaxed my grip, and she slithered away and lost herself in the crowd.
I guess we should have threatened to report her.
I'm really hoping we get back to the hotel and we've, like, just been massively pickpocketed. I made my way back to the hotel before anything more untoward could befall my delicate person. Shit.
3,000 pounds. Have we checked the... Oh, we did look at the market. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, but...
Directly,
okay, wait.
it's 4,000.
However, we can go to the bank. Right?
Yeah.
How much do you get? How much money do you
Opens
get?
on Monday and it's Saturday.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Can we sell anything? What can we sell? Go to the market.
we could go to Reykjavik.
We could go to Reykjavik and deal with the dinosaurs. Okay,
Oh,
we have
fuck.
nothing that actually is worth anything.
Nah.
I don't know.
We
can't-
have
can't
just
scrounge
under.
up. Yeah.
If we were to like
Almost.
liquidate our possessions. This is
Is that a rocket ship?
it looks like it,
It looks like a rocket ship.
and it doesn't look like we can take anything with us.
And we can't take anything with us. Wait, sorry, when does it depart?
Tomorrow at 1 PM.
Oh. Okay, look, we've got 33 days to prepare. I wonder if we just...
I think
Bide
we
our
take the
time.
fucking rocket ship.
You're right. You're right. We need to take the rocket ship.
Solas,
You need to take the rocket ship.
what could possibly go wrong with abandoning every single one of our possessions that has kept us alive through an Arctic wreck and boarding a rocket ship
Uh-huh.
to a barren volcanic island,
Filled with
potentially filled with dinosaurs?
You know what? This is the only way that our
Nothing.
adventure could possibly end. This is happening. You're right. Yeah.
If
I guess it's time for a rocket ship.
if we do get take,
Yeah. I mean, really, that first bag is probably what we want, right? I mean, we don't need the driving cap anymore. Shortly.
yeah, I'm gonna swap it around in the morning once I have access to
Okay.
the market. The last light of the evening. I spent a few hours walking around and found a nervous Irish artist who was looking for a child,
Oh.
whom I found
See.
near a clockmaker's.
Oh, a different child. Damn
A
it.
different Irish child. The artist thanked me, and as we talked, remarked that the quickest way to Atlanta is via Washington.
Yeah, give him a fucking pound.
I paid a pound, and our
Paid a
funds have
pound.
gone down a touch.
Sure. You know, do a good deed. Okay. Yeah, we don't need that.
Oh,
You could just sell it. When does the thing leave?
1 a.m. Well, 1 p.m.
Okay. I mean, okay. Yeah, yeah, we need this biscuit. Yeah, I think that's probably fine.
I think we have taken the 2 items of most worth to us when we land in London. In case we get to hold on. Phileas Fogg arrives at the club, rides in, wearing cowboy boots.
Okay, well,
Oh shit, we're gonna have to just...
we have to toss everything.
I just want to toss everything, it's fine.
Yeah,
Oh fuck, I'm gonna have to do this is a race against time.
quick, quick! There's some. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. All right. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah. What the fuck is this?
The Icewind was a pendulously large Savicar Atomotic that wanted to fly 4 or 5 miles high and had to be hauled down to the docks by a team of 30 or 40 steam winches. It seemed large for a ship travelling to Iceland, but I was informed by a dockhand that most of the space was for cargo, not people. Indeed, space was at such a premium that passengers were allowed no luggage. I had espied the word
Wait a minute.
quarantine on the visa document we had signed,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
and I felt there were some important facts we were not being told. But still, we had bought our tickets, signed our visa forms, and discarded our luggage. It was soon time to depart. Conditions about the Icewind were comfortable enough for the 30 or so passengers making the trip.
Let's befriend the crew. Or well, wait. The passengers might kill us. Uh-oh. Well.
Not if the
alright.
crew defends us. Particularly intrigued to know what the bulky cargo being shipped was. I gained no answers on that first day.
A
Evening
dinosaur.
crept in on
Shipping
us
a dinosaur.
slowly as we headed north.
Well, you know, we are going very fast. At the very least. Well, we've discovered the route to London.
We have passed the latitude of London, Monsieur Fogg declared. I wondered if I could detect a little sadness in his tone. Nah. Nah.
Seemed unlikely. No, no, come on. Let's talk about the crew. Let's talk to the crew about the cargo. I want to know what's going on with this cargo.
It was bulky, valuable, and extremely time sensitive.
We're not diverting to London.
But what is this thing? Must
What
have
is
seen
this
it.
thing? Oh, I've seen it.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
It's a dinosaur! It's a fucking dinosaur! I'm ready. I'm ready for this dinosaur.
From the rail, I could see
A dinosaur. An endless expanse.
Of plains, mountains, and ice-capped wastes, punctuated by intermittent clouds of smoke rising from cracks in the ground, a primeval wilderness if ever we'd seen one. As we landed,
Look back, look back, look back at the dinosaur.
as I watched, the whole nose of the craft was detached and something was dragged out by a team of steam carts, with winches.
What is it? Guards?
Guards stood either side, well armed and armed to the teeth, as though expecting attack from an army.
So,
Was-
a dinosaur.
It was hustled onto a wide-gauge train which puffed away to deliver it elsewhere. Indeed, a puzzle.
Nice.
No departures and no market, let us explore.
Explore.
A quiet town with few inhabitants, but still had the feeling of a bustling centre of commerce.
The flag of the Kingdom of Denmark fluttered above the trade hall.
Declaring this place an outpost, but of all outposts, colonies, and adjuncts of great nations between, seemed the most comfortable in its skin.
Do you like the sound of hot springs? We haven't had the hot springs episode of 80 days. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Which we tried out. Monsieur Fogg sat at one end and myself at the other. The terrible Arctic plain seemed suddenly 1,000 years away. Been very brisk.
Has been very brisk. We have made great time. Almost died, but, you know.
I confess to feeling
somewhat uncomfortable with their circumnavigation.
I was extremely cautious with the terms of my wager. Had the men in the Reform Club been of a more ambitious sort, they might have even realized a polar journey was intended.
Intended.
Surely nothing but luck had been our guide. Monsieur Fogg could not have known of the Artificer's expedition or the secret city at the top of the world. Could he?
Could he? Alright. What's the plan? No, do we also have to fly in a fucking rocket ship? Oh, good. Oh, wait. This was the...
We can
Didn't
pay
we just-
money to
didn't we
depart
just see
today.
Didn't we just see something about this getting hijacked? Yeah. Yeah, Monsieur Fogg said something about it.
It's fine. What could go wrong?
I'm sure it's fine.
So we could pay like, what was it, 800 quid to...
Yeah. Oh, maybe we should just do that. I mean, hell, we've got a lot of money. But,
Or if you need to bribe someone on the way.
yeah, it's true. That's true. Like a hijacker.
Got
Maybe
it?
we wait. You know what? You know what? Let's wait. Let's wait. Let's wait.
Something
Let's
might
wait.
happen in Reykjavik.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. We can go to the bank.
But yeah, this is how the bags work.
Uh-oh. Ah. Yeah, alright, fine. I mean,
Pass
we
the
could
way
have
through
just,
Reykjavik.
we could have just gotten the 700 pounds tomorrow.
I went to stretch my legs.
Yeah. Oh,
I keep hoping
come on.
to get fucking pickpocketed. Here we go, lads.
Here we go.
That was smaller than the Icewind.
Really? That big ship is smaller than the rocket.
Yeah.
Huh, alright.
And a Gaiac to boot.
Load it up. You're not gonna crank out that fog coin?
Not on stream.
No, not this stream.
The ocean tore along beneath us. I enjoyed talking to no one. There was nothing I needed to know, no one to charm, flatter, or beguile into giving us aid. There was only the wind, the time. We could control neither. Passepartout, make us go faster if you would.
Please. I mean,
Let's hijack this fucking ship.
I mean, we could go to the captain and be like, yo. I mean, the thing is, like, look, do we really have to go faster at this point?
Our master has asked us to go faster.
That's true. That's true.
It has always been my dream to fly an airship really fast and land it in Hyde Park. Just crash land it, just boom.
I see. I see. Okay.
Let's, let's go hold up the captain.
Let's go hold up the captain. Oh no.
Fast,
It could be
easy.
done, but it would destroy the engines. No risk, no danger.
2 more
Fuck.
days.
That's unacceptable. Well, okay.
Wait, was that
Something's
us?
gone wrong. No.
Was that not in Denmark? That was us.
Oh. Oh yeah, it was. That was us. Yeah. Oh come on, but that was like That was like almost 2 months ago.
Visual Fog looked out the observation deck windows with perfect calm. There was no reason to be concerned. We were safely within our 80-day window. I could not wait to stride into the Reform Club and claim our prize. I spent the remaining time
Ironing.
which is a great solace to an uneasy soul.
Sure. And there.
Holy shit, we do land in Hyde Park.
We fucking did it.
We're not there yet.
We did it. Time has stopped.
I seized my master by the collar and threw him into one of the steam carriages idling on the banks of the Serpentine in Hyde Park.
I can't believe.
There's
We
no need for
finally-
such unseemly haste, Passepartout. The carriage barely shuddered to a steam hissing stop before I dragged my master from his seat and up the steps to the imposing doors of the Reform Club. I released him only when we reached the great saloon, where...
I mean, do we want to talk to his buddies or to like his rivals? And be like, ho ho, haha.
My reading is that they're the same people and this kind of just defines your relationship with them.
I see.
If it's
See,
like,
I think that
hey chums,
friends-
or...
friends might be more willing to accept our like fucked up around the world circumnavigation, as you will.
We went around the world. And you are going around the world.
I'm going around the world. Let's talk to his chums.
That was so good.
That was really good. That was the highlight of this whole thing.
Gentlemen,
And you are.
here I am. The room erupted into cheers.
Hooray!
Where had the crowd come from? Had they followed us inside from the street? I'd scarcely noted them. I realized, as though a spell had suddenly broken, that...
We had succeeded. Fuck the wager. We succeeded. We won.
And, despite a most unconventional route, my master had won £20,000. With the 4,000 we began with, and our remaining funds, it was a profit of over 18,000. Hardly a meager sum. My heart began to beat again, and I saw for the first time.
The crowds?
The crowds who had forced their way into the club to witness the momentous occasion. A journalist in a dark blue bonnet caught my eye. And you must be the loyal valet, Passepartout.
Ah, madame, you have a sharp eye, for indeed I am.
All of London has been feverishly following Phileas Fogg's progress in the papers. Your master will be tomorrow's headline, or I'll eat my hat.
It is a fine hat. I'm sorry, that's just...
Then I will be glad not to have to eat it. You have won the bet, monsieur.
I love how there's still all these choices at the end. We must seize him by the hand, shake it.
And shook it as though we were two equals and not merely a master and servant. Monsieur Fogg pressed my hand warmly and did not remark even once upon the impropriety of the gesture. Indeed, though his cool gaze did not so much as waver or soften, I believe he welcomed the chance to shake my hand. Any gentleman would be fortunate to call you his valet, and you've been a worthy companion to me besides. And I knew that from him there could be no higher praise. Mr. Fogg, Mr. Fogg! What next to the great adventure of Phileas Fogg and his loyal valet, Passepartout? My master looked at me. I laughed like a maniac. Perhaps we should do it again. But this time, the long way.
Yeah, next time we'll do it.
Anyone care to make a wager? I believe that tonight I will have supper and go to bed. Come, Passepartout. It grows late. Yes, Monsieur Fogg.
Yay! We did it! Lads, we've gone around the world.
Despite the sheer size of the world.
Sheer size of the world being, you know, the main thing.
I like how the Reykjavik diversion was a higher priority than the near fatal polar expedition.
Yeah. Why is Reykjavik a diversion? I guess because we could have gone straight to London if we had just... Type. Oh no, are we starting again?
I have entered into the service of a new gentleman.
Oh no.
Nah.
It continues.
It's 2 o'clock and I was planning to go to bed early today.
It's time to start a new adventure. We're going around the world.
Oh,
time.
that's my favorite. That's my favorite moment from this game, and I've had it for years. And I've
long
played
way.
it for years. And there's like, because we started like picking that option every time as something of like an inside joke, and then to have the game actually like prepare for that and then play to that.
knew. Yes. I wonder if that option only shows up if you've been like obnoxious about it the whole rest of the game.
Oh, that is the fucking best shit. Right, I'm gonna suddenly become large on stream. Everyone look away. Oh god, I'm still black and white. Still black and white.
Incoming.
Who? I never asked this. There we go. Like I said in the intro that nobody was here for. If you watch the VOD and somehow all the way through here, fucking 7 hours. Well done. This is my favorite Christmas. Is this the first time we've ever completed 80 days on stream together?
I don't know. I think so. No. I think it might have happened before. In fact, we may have completed it by going through the northern route before on stream. I'd have to check all the old VODs. I don't remember it very well.
I feel like we haven't ever done it legit, at least.
Okay, yeah.
Unconventional.
Right. Well, next time we'll have to go across Russia.
Next Christmas.
We'll bring the gun. And we'll get ourselves across Russia.
So
we'll do it.
Gonna round off the stream.
All right.
This was a lot of fun. EU4 earlier was pretty good. So if you like seeing single player EU4, go back and watch that.
I will. Maybe.
But 80 days, it's legit a bit of a Christmas tradition at this point. It's my favourite Christmas tradition. And fun as hell. I was kind of expecting I was almost expecting 80 days to start getting old. It's like, it's not a Christmas tradition that should last forever, because it's a video game. And it's redeemed highlight. My message.
I highlighted the message using my channel points.
Oh, good. Fantastic. Can I do anything to this message? Oh, you're a VIP. Is that counting down the time it's highlighted?
No. That's telling me that it took 100 channel points to. I have another 860, so I can keep going.
Yeah.
And anyone could do this. Anyone watching.
Yeah, you have to watch along and
spend 900 points to change to get the custom. It's kicking off with the Santa hat emote. And then 100 points per message to highlight it. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I was being really heartfelt and going, oh, this is such a great Christmas tradition. And then what you've done is...
I haven't done anything.
What you've done is wished everyone a very Merry Christmas. Which is what I guess I should do as well. A very Merry Christmas to everyone still watching and who was watching and isn't here now. Yeah. Hell of a lot of fun. Next time I might actually have a setup where I can make cocktails and actually still talk to people and not just pause the stream for 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
As it is, I just like grabbed the first bottle I had, which was a bottle of rum, and took like the tiniest sip out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, hell of a lot of fun. The best Christmas tradition. I'll try and
Yeah.
make sure I'm back next year for it.
Sounds good.
And it's fucking sweet. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to stop the stream. Thank you very much for watching. Next
Good
stream will
night.
be like probably something EU4 at some point. I'll spam all the Discords.
And Merry Christmas.
Ho ho ho.
And to all,
Merry Christmas.
a good night.
Still see my
We're going
shoulder.
around the world.